Arca Bulls family, how you doing tonight? Oh my goodness, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Beso Amy, what's up? Oh, my moderators. Cal, what's up? I see you, Mrs. L. How you doing? Hound, how you doing, buddy? Oh, man, you just watched the CEOS video. Oh, dude. There is something going on with the CEOS ticker. Oh, my goodness. Joe H, what's going on with you, buddy? Why? What's going on? Who are we going to beat up? Who are we going to talk crap to? I'm just kidding, you guys. Make sure to keep it civil up in here. Brian C, what's up, man? Mark Roach, happy Sunday to you. Soul Evolution, what ticker is doing the Huntington disease? I have no idea. Ziggy780HKD, please. Why is everybody talking about HKD? Chase Cross, what's up, man? Good to see you guys here. David Jordan, appreciate you, my bro. Thank you so much. I already said hello to you, Beso Amy, but here's another hello to you. T Wood, what's up? Green Dog, how you doing, guys? Man, thank you all for joining me tonight. Really appreciate that. Safe Pop Culture, what's up, man? Friends, how you doing? Aloe Jai, how you doing? Max 2020. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by on this late Sunday. Ooh, we got some stuff to talk about. Juice. Juice says taco time. That's right. We got some stuff to talk about. All right. Chase, tell me what happened with what ended up happening with HKD. I remember talking about that the last stream, and did it end up going down or up, or what happened? I didn't even check, you guys. I didn't check nothing. Oh my goodness. So what? So Mark Roach is saying it was $2,550. Yeah. HKD pump in August. That's right, man. So the Trading View actually shows it as about, I think it was a 2,300 high. Stick Vicious, Stick V, Vigalicious. What's up, man? Angel Eyes, hello. Did you see Samantha here already? Samantha, hi. Moderator Samantha, thank you so much for stopping by once again. This chat is incomplete without you guys. Thank you, Hound. Thank you, Cal, Miss L, Samantha. You guys are awesome. So, Wackatat, what is up, my brother? Thank you so much for stopping by. Sherry Welder, how you doing? Namaste to you as well. Really appreciate everybody for stepping in. Sebastian Lim, what's up, buddy? I hope those plays are working out, man. We were talking about ticker symbol WULF the other day. I hope actually there was a lot of tickers that I talked about on Friday, but I ended up adding those timestamps. Did they work out, you guys? Was it better for you guys to search the tickers that you wanted to look at? Because I know we touched on HKD, we touched on WULF, AVCT, TOPS, MGAM, COSM, SPRB, FWBI. There was Mullen. I remember. I think there was Microsoft for B, JSPR, Asta. Oh my goodness, man, there was so many tickers that we looked at. Did I miss it on all of them, or what? Stick Vicious coming with the sticky icky V. What's up, man? Oh my goodness. Brian C, yeah, man, it's super risky, man. I was telling everybody about that. Soul Evolution, hello to you as well. WV, what's up, man? Kexodus, what's up? TMPO moved to aftermarket. What's TMPO, man? Is that a squeeze play too? Is that an OTC ticker? We're in that OTC bubble, man. My goodness, I don't know how all these really small, tiny micro cap companies are just launching to the moon. It's incredible. Very cool stuff. Chris, I hear everybody talking about that DBMM. What's going on with DBMM, you guys? Is anybody familiar with that ticker? Oh my goodness. Brian C, yeah, me too, man. I hope you checked out that video that I released I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago for the Monday session regarding Mullen, of course, the ticker symbol MULN. Levy Christian, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. So he is saying, Levi is saying, or Levi, sorry, I'm sorry if I pronounce it well, you guys, incorrectly, but it says, hey, I'm sorry, Allarity Therapeutics, ATHE ticker symbol, is about to drop news tomorrow. Do not miss this. What kind of news are they dropping? Is it an acquisition, or or is it major? Is it major fundamental news, or is it earnings, or what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Mark Roach, what you doing with that SWVL, man? Is that thing moving up? Is it moving down? What's going on? Manuel Castillo, what's up, man? I hear a lot of people talking about that ticker symbol ZOM as well, you guys. What's up with that ticker? I'm telling you guys, if we can, Abner Cruz, what is up, my brother? I hope you got my messages, man. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you asking me to look into the ticker symbol CEOS, because my bro, oh my goodness, man, there could be something of just massive fire on there, okay? I'm talking about massive fire. Anyway, man, it's just really something there. And I think WV says it's a merger. Very cool, very cool. I honestly haven't seen so much, like, I'm talking about upside, just upside in every single, I mean, look at this, okay? Let's just look at the 5 minute, okay? Here's the 5 minute, okay? I never look at 5 minutes. So just so you know, okay, we're looking at 5 minute pitched all the way up. Look at the monthly, all the way to the monthly upside. What is going on with ticker symbol CEOS? And if there's, I noticed that it's not as popular as HKD or DBMM or GTII or CRTD. I know that it's not as popular as that, but that may be because we're seeing it at the very beginning of an incoming huge pump. Miss L, hello to you too. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you seeing you here in the chat. Say hello to my man Cal, followed by a little spank in the face. Sorry, son, what's up, man? Yeah, you guys, things are looking very good for a lot of tickers, man. And I actually did. Is anybody in CTMX? Has anybody talked about that? O'Shea, what's up, man? He's saying, O'Shea is saying that ZOM made a lot of bag holders. Wow, man, I really hate to hear that. That really sucks. Tony Ritchie, what's up, man? Hey, bro, let's hear the CEOS news. So as far as fundamental news or fundamental catalysts, I have no idea. But to tell you the very truth, man, the statistics and the math is just, and the raw price action, man, the charts, they are suggesting some stupid upside. I am talking about like just a potential macro upside. CEOS has been trading since about 2006, and it has seen like nothing but down for a long time until about let's see, it actually started pivoting around 2011, and then it started just making this huge ascending channel, right? But oh my goodness, this is I tell the Discord all the time that like I don't usually say like this because the plays that I consider to be like an A+ trade are not often. The more often plays are like B-, maybe B trades, you know, C+ trades. Like those are usually the trades that you tend to see, right? But CEOS, man, this is it's looking like a slam dunk A+ trade. I haven't seen an A+ trade since let me see. I'm thinking actually BBBY a few months ago when it made about 115% move to the upside, and that was something that we were looking at way before it happened too. So this could be that macro bottom, you know, for just a huge move. I'm talking about from like what 1 cent, right? 0.190. To my very high target right now is about 5 cents, 5.47. So as you can see, we're trading at about 4 satoshis right now. So these four decimal points they can lead to a huge upside, right? So yeah, man, I'm talking about a potential 200% move to the upside, and that is just before a pullback, because if you can see here, we're actually doing this whole like you know, we're doing an ABCD, and this is like an accumulation, or like kind of, you know what it reminds me of? It actually reminds me of the Elliott wave, ABCDE. It looks like it's doing impulse waves, and this is very juicy. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen a play suggest such. I mean, I'm talking about a paradigm upside. So I'm seriously considering closing some of my winners and potentially entering the trade on this. Not financial advice, you guys. Do not do that. Yeah, so Mark Roach, you want HKD to run, right? I remember we were looking at HKD too, you guys. What is up with HKD? I did say that it was going to come down. I don't know if anybody actually answered the question that I asked regarding HKD, but I did say that it was going to retrace potentially from the, I think it was a 1.618, right, or the 2.618. I'm not too sure where it was, but I did mention the potential of that. So did it actually run, or what did it? Okay. So let's see. Yeah, so HKD actually did run up to that upside, right? It did make a continuation to the upside. It faked people out, and then it actually wow, it fell all the way to the 236. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that might have been dangerous. I hope nobody gained entry right there. HKD is a very dangerous play, you guys. So does this have a okay, so it did fall well within our range that we were looking at. You guys, look at this. We were talking about that. We were talking about that SMA 100. This would be our essential range to end up in. It definitely fell right into that range. Very cool. Very cool stuff. We're just allowing a couple more people to jump into the chat before we get started with our analysis. But I mean, this is looking great already, you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Almost 100 people already in the chat. Very much appreciative of everybody stopping by. I know I'm not paying attention as close as I could to the chat, but here we go, right? Joe H saying, Arca, same old plays every stream, 90 plus people. I think expected more fire plays. It's the same old tickers. Yeah, man, I'm actually talking about this CTMX and COS, my bro. Ooh, these are pretty cool, man. Joe H, don't you leave just now. I don't know if you actually ended up saying to me what was wrong. I know that you were saying that you were pretty upset, but what's going on, my dude? What happened? What happened to you? I'm actually looking back. Oh, okay. So you're looking at. I see your chat. You're saying RMED on a halt, pending news. Feels like I had people lose money. RMED. So you were yeah, I remember we were looking at RMED for you. So they what do you mean they halted? Like they halted like indefinitely, or just for a moment? Or is it like a whole day halt, or what's the deal, my bro? So I mean, is anybody in RMED, by the way? Because RMED ended up doing some pretty interesting things. And we were actually looking at this pullback still. It came back to about 643. Does it have some after hours trading? Yeah, I mean, 641. Yeah, so it does have after hours. No idea, just feeling sick. Joe H, no way, man. I'm so sorry you're feeling sick, my brother. Guys, please wish Joe H a speedy recovery, my dude. I thought you were upset about something going on in a ticker that you were in, my bro. But yeah, even though it halted, of course, it's still upsetting for that. But Joe H, thank you so much. Samantha, wishing you a speedy recovery, my bro. I am also wishing you a speedy recovery. Dude, if you ever need to reach out to me, I would consider reaching out to me to my email, because these like the Twitter and the Discord, it's getting so crowded with messages that I'm having trouble actually filtering out who's who and what's coming in, you know what I mean? So yes, actually. Oh, and if anybody is familiar with I think he's in the Moon Markets Discord, and I think his name is Cheap. If anybody is familiar with Cheap, he actually wanted me to give him an opinion on ticker symbol WISA. Does anybody know what's going on with that ticker? Because there could be some interesting things to look at in there. Angel Eyes wishing Joe H a speedy recovery. Thank you, Angel. That's very nice. Chase Cross coming through with the real facts. You guys, if you are new to the chat, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button so that we can get some more people up in the chat, and so that we can continue our analysis, or start it officially for tonight, so we can gauge a true edge for tomorrow's session, you guys. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. Lots of viewers already. Very, very exciting times, you guys. I appreciate this very much. I also uploaded, just for the new people that are coming in, please hit that like button, but I have also uploaded some videos on CTMX. I uploaded CEOS. If you haven't checked out the videos for GTII, I've also uploaded COSM, CLNV, lots of good things, okay? Lots of good things up there, but I want you guys to be able to pay attention to the videos very carefully, because I tend not to give a lot of information out like just in one place, okay? I build the blocks, I study the puzzle, and then we put it all together at the end of the video and get our final, our final revision, if you will. Okay, you guys, so yes, absolutely. Please do not fall. Who said that just now about me, about the imposters on the comments? Thank you so much for mentioning that. Thank you so, Manuel Castillo, thank you so much. Yes, please do not fall for the WhatsApp comments in the comments below. I do not have a WhatsApp. I will never share my phone number like that. I will not message you first. Okay, so just know that if you need to reach me, I am only on Twitter, YouTube, and Discord. Okay, and you can also see my email in the About section of the YouTube profile as well, or the YouTube channel. Okay, but Joe H saying I must be blind, can't find the email. So it says for business purposes only. So when you have to click on that button, bro, and then it'll expose my email. I am not saying that is a Gmail, and I don't want to say my email out loud ever, but it's Arca Bulls, okay? So just to kind of leave it like that, I don't want to say the contact information live like this, okay? But definitely know, or Joe, I will expect your message on Twitter if you want. Send a message on Twitter, and I'll go ahead and look out for yours particularly, and then I'll give you my email address in there as well, okay, you guys? If you do need to reach out to me, the links are included in the description below. Really appreciate everybody stopping by thus far. Make sure to hit that like button, you guys, before we get this analysis started. Everything is looking very good. Everything is looking good, and a lot of tickers, by the way. I hope all of you are making money, you guys. You guys are very awesome. Stick Vicious coming in with a very nice donation saying, Joe H, feel better, man. You got something you want looked over before you need to rest? Absolutely true, man. So Joe H, this is actually an invitation from Stick Vicious to you, my brother. If there's anything that we can look into for you, before Sebastian Lim coming in with a very nice donation as well. Thank you so much. We have a few tickers to look at before the donations, you guys. We'll make sure to get those out of the way as well, okay? As I know a lot of people are texting their tickers. I know DBMM is in the picture as well. I saw a couple of AVCTs. I saw HKD, a bunch of things, right? But we got to get through them as fast as we can. So Joe H, if you're still in the chat, or if you're not and you want to consider maybe coming back in to the following day, then just know that Stick Vicious is saying that he would like to contribute or donate, on behalf of you, to get me to look at a ticker for you, man. So just let me know what you have. So Stick Vicious, Joe H is saying, Stick Vicious, thank you, bro. At Arca, ticker is up. Is that really a ticker, man? Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and just load up a couple of these right now. Okay, so let me just make some notes. The chat is looking very good. We're gonna start off the analysis in just about a minute. So Joe H, in behalf of Stick Vicious, right? Very nice of you, bro. Thank you so much for doing that for Joe H. I do hope that he does feel better. Things are not looking good in the health world for Joe H. My dude, I'm so sorry. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol up. If that is really ticker, I will absolutely look into it for you. So Chase Cross asking for SPRB. I think you've asked for that before as well, and I think we did look into that. I think on maybe Friday or Thursday, maybe, right? But what happened, man? What did it do? WV Arca is blowing up, man. I don't want to look at it that way. I want to look at it as maybe people looking for some good information and some truth, not any pumping, not any type of FUD, not any type of I'm just gonna get rich off of all of you guys. None of that stuff, okay, you guys? I just want you guys to know that I'm never ever going to give you what the chart is not saying. Okay, so if you're saying, yo, look into this ticker, and I tell you, hey man, this ticker is looking like it's about to fall to the literally to the ground, I am gonna give it to you as is. I am not gonna tell you that it's gonna go up looking for likes, looking for viewers. Okay, in fact, 6 months ago when I started this whole thing, I never actually wanted to be an influencer whatsoever. I just wanted my thesis to be looked at by other analysts, like-minded analysts, right? And instead, I got all of you. Instead, I got all of you fine people giving me that validation for my thesis. So things are looking good so far. So let me just go ahead and make a couple notes over here. So we're looking at ticker symbol WULF, AVCT, and FNGR for Sebastian Lim. But please remember, guys, that we do have a couple of tickers that were suggested right before you guys that I would also like to take a look at, okay, including for L Dragon, ticker symbol WISA. Remember, guys, that there was I was talking about Cheap, who is I think a member inside of the Moon Market Discord, and he was he actually tweeted, or I think he messaged me or something. He's saying he would really like to know what my thoughts are as far as that ticker WISA. So if anyone knows any information on WISA, please do not be afraid to share that, okay, as I will absolutely like to look into that. Okay, so you guys, if you are new to the chat, again, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. We are going to start our analysis shortly, and we're just waiting for a couple more people to show up, and I really appreciate everybody showing up thus far. So far, I think we may actually start off the analysis with ticker symbol HKD, as there is an enormous popular demand on this, and we can, yeah, we can absolutely look into that, you guys. So who is, I hope you guys didn't enter in here, okay? I'm gonna dunce you. I will dunce you if you entered there. Okay, we don't enter there, you guys. We gotta wait for the pullback to see if there's a potential entry for us to look at, okay? So just know, Mark Roach, I know you're asking for HKD2 as well, so we'll go ahead and put that up in the requests, okay? So I know that there's a lot of people who actually requested that, so we'll make sure to look into those things, okay? So first ticker we're gonna look at is HKD. Second we're gonna look at is WISA. Let's go ahead and throw in some of the donations there. So we'll go ahead and look into Sebastian Lim. He was asking for a few tickers as well. So let's put in the list. Did you say it was AVCT, or which one was it? Sebastian Lim, come back into the chat. Let me know what you're saying, my dude. Let me go back actually to your post here. Okay, so you did say WULF, AVCT, and FNGR. So let me go ahead and split those so I don't actually favor one person all in one shot. Okay, so we're gonna do a WULF for you first, and then we'll move on to Joe H and Stick Vicious for ticker symbol up, and followed by let's see, I know that there's a lot of people talking about so Ito Barada, are you talking about COSM? I did actually release a video on that, okay, and the video is very, very particular. Okay, so that video I need you to watch, okay, because COSM, I'm not gonna lie, is getting stuck on this this sideways trading thing all over again. Okay, so that I remember now, the other ticker that we were looking at, that we were going to look at, is actually ticker symbol DBMM, and I know Key just and good vibes, right? Yeah. Thank you guys for suggesting that. So DBMM is another one that is incredibly popular. I have no idea why that's happening. So Al Capone talking about PRTY. That's one that I'm working on right now too. So you're talking about a short squeeze, or are you asking? Chat, what do you guys know about ticker symbol PRTY? That is going to be for Party City. What is going on with that ticker? Stick Vicious coming through with please don't ever fall to the dark side. My brother, I will absolutely not fall to the dark side. Thank you so much for your kind donation, my friend. You are too kind. If we will look over the plays that you have been mentioning, my bro, and we will look over your trading view and Crypstex indicators. You guys, so if you guys are holders of the Crypstex ARC-Series indicators, which are the partnership indicators with myself, know that I will be uploading some very important information into the Discord, and they are actually private channels for those who do hold that, the subscription packages, right? So we're gonna go over strategies. We're gonna go over different ways to look at how to use these fine indicators alongside our analysis. Okay, you guys. So far, let's go ahead and go over that list. Okay, because I do have a few of them right here. Abner, that's right, man. So I know people are talking about PRTY. So we're gonna look at first. Let's see, ticker symbol HKD. Second, we're going to look at WISA. Third, we're going to look at ticker symbol WULF. We're going to look at UP. That's going to be ticker symbol UP. Okay, we're going to look at right after that ticker symbol AVCT. Who is an AVCT? That thing was pumping to the upside pretty nicely. Oh my goodness. I know it was actually a popular thing just a few months ago as well, but it seems like it's coming right back in to that like massive upside again, right? So DBMM is going to be after AVCT, followed by ticker symbol PRTY. And let's go ahead and take a look at, guys, what ticker is like the popular one right now. I know you guys are all talking. I know there's a lot of buried tickers already, so please know that I am not ignoring you. It's just there's a lot of comments already coming in, and I want to make sure that that we do look at the ones, because I think if I remember correctly, PO again with the purchase order. You guys stop it. Okay, it's gonna be ticker symbol ZOM. So ZOM for Zomedica or Zomedica, or what was that, man? Are all of these therapeutics and health companies? What is going on? Oh my goodness. Yeah, AG, we're gonna start off with that HKD first. Okay, so that ticker that I was just talking about, Teal's was it ZOM? Oh my goodness. And yeah, that's another one that we got to take a look at, right? So ticker symbol ZOM. You guys, thank you so much for stopping by once again. Make sure to hit that like button as you're coming in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We're going to make sure to look at all these tickers in just a minute, as the chat looks like it's already, or the community looks like it's already at its peak-ish, right? Eric P, Power Lifter, my bro, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. Eric says, what's up, Arca? Hope all is well, homie. Sunday Night Live. That's right, man. We are actually on this Sunday Night Live. So I know you actually just stopped by. I actually just went over all the tickers that we are going to be looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and add another ticker after that ticker symbol ZOM. So we're going to go ahead and add GSTC, because I know there was somebody who was asking me about that on Twitter, and I actually haven't gotten to it just yet. GSTC is another ticker that we're going to look at, you guys. So that's going to be for Tony Rodriguez. What's up, man? So yeah, we'll go ahead and look over that. Is that you? Is that you that tweeted that GSTC ticker or sent me a message regarding that ticker? I want to know if that was you. You guys, this is not only just a review of tickers, but we're going to be looking at tickers and understanding how to chart them and understanding how to make a very intelligent discretionary decision, whether we want to go long or whether we want to go short. So just make sure to pay some close attention into the way we make this strategy happen, okay, you guys? Because usually when I'm talking live like this, and I don't have control, like and I don't have control over what I'm gonna say with a pause button. And Chase Cross. Yeah, that's right, man. I'm so sorry. Let's go ahead and put that. Sorry, guys. I'll go ahead and continue that. I just got distracted right now. Chase was absolutely asking me for that ticker. So let's go ahead and put that in right after Joe H with that ticker symbol up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put that in as well for Chase Cross. Thank you, man. Again, you guys, I'm not trying to ignore anybody. It's just a lot of comments are coming in, and I sometimes fail to see them as I'm talking this like storm of words into your ears, right? So Chase Cross, and I already forgot the ticker. So which one did you say? SPRB, right? That was another one we looked at, you guys, and I'm wondering if it actually panned out the way I said it was gonna happen. Did it actually do what we looked at it on Thursday, right? Chase, I'm asking you, my bro. Sebastian Lim saying FNGR has a good chance of a massive upside tomorrow. Sebastian Lim coming through like that? Okay. So, Sebastian, I'm going to go ahead and put that one right after Chase Cross. Sebastian Lim for ticker symbol. What was that again? Sebastian Lim. Let's see what you got, man. So, That was ticker symbol finger, FNGR. Interesting tickers here, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys, so tell me, you guys, how is everybody feeling tonight? Is everybody ready for a great week? Are we gonna make some money, or are we gonna lose some money? David, for saying first time here, glad to be aboard. I am absolutely happy to have you here, David, as well, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys, as you stop by, please make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's make sure to get some of our friends up in here, so in case they have some learning on charting to do, we can do that all together, okay? Very nice, 113 people live right now. Very good count thus far, considering that I've only uploaded that first video on YouTube, like maybe 2.5 months ago. Incredible information, you guys. I'm happy that you guys are here, not for the popularity of the channel, but for the learning experience, so that we can all feed off of each other, okay? Because trust me when I say that on the Discord, there are so many smart people talking about fundamental metrics that I had never witnessed before, and I'm like, it's like, you know what, maybe I should start incorporating some of this here and some of that there. But still, you guys, I am very much a data analyst. I look at things statistically with some math behind it, okay? So Joe H saying, Arca, all this HKD hype just wants me to maybe it just wants to make me vomit, but I'll happily short it. Joe H, that I actually signaled a short position on Thursday, and it looks like it did actually fall the way I said it was, but I was honestly saying that it was going to fall to about 2365, but it actually ended up going to 1875, and it landed within the range that we were talking about anyway. Very interesting thing here, you guys. So Eric saying, LOL, just now set my trading view colors to match yours. You guys, I honestly have them like this for a reason, okay? The colors that I choose, the colors in the schematic that you're seeing are actually to reflect a type of feeling. You know what I mean? So I want to feel vibrant. I want to feel alive. I want to feel like I'm not in the darkness. So which is why I'm using just traditional red and green candles, very bright, with a dark background so they can pop, right? So I'm using green colors so that we can make sure that we're looking for the upside. We're looking to make some money. I'm using all these colors for a reason, okay, you guys? So that's very smart, Eric. I do suggest you look at the colors too, because that's actually something I don't talk about within the live chats, but it is something I will talk about in the strategies channel in the Discord, okay? So very observant of you, my friend. I definitely like that. Okay, so Xander, thank you as well, my friend. Happy New Year to you as well. Again, you guys, I really appreciate everybody stopping by. We're gonna go ahead and start getting this serious note into the picture now, and we're gonna be starting off this ticker with who? HKD. My goodness, you guys. I hope you guys are not in. Like I said, I hope you guys are not in all the way at that top price. Can any actually chat? Please let me know who knows why HKD ran. Why did it do that? Why did it start? Why did it gap up the way it did? I am curious myself because, I mean, like, was it no news? Was it really no news? It just out of nowhere exploded. Oh my goodness. So it's a liquidity crunch. Colster 949 is saying interesting, very interesting stuff. Okay, so chat, let's go ahead and start off our analysis now with ticker symbol HKD. So look at Brian C is saying liquidity as well. So now AG is saying look up period ending on January 11th for insiders of HKD. Interesting stuff, man. Oh my goodness. Yes, Samantha is saying, is that synesthesia? Oh my goodness. I for those of you who don't know, I am a mixing and mastering engineer for music as well. So I tend to mix according to a color palette in my brain. Okay, so meaning that the lowest lows sub-frequencies are landing at about the darkest colors, while the highest sibilants, the trebles, are landing in the brightest colors near white. So the spectrum in between that is how I create a balance in music. So I'm actually a seasoned musician as well. For those of you who don't know, I have been playing music for about 22, 23 years now. So very, very cool stuff right here. Mike H saying it's a running ATM for Chinese companies? Is that really what it is, man? So you're talking about a manipulated play. Samantha H, my moderator, saying there's a theory that the longs on it are the shorts for the other stocks. Samantha, I'm not gonna deny that whatsoever. I actually touched on that in our last live stream. I told you guys that the same person who you're trying to kill off as a quote unquote short seller is the person who's going to end up going long, thus pumping the stock all the way up to your desired area. It's if you're talking about pro traders, we trade it up and down. You know what I mean? Meaning that if we see the range, it's like, okay, here's the bottom of the range, here's the top of the range, and we calculate some metrics here and there, and then we literally buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and then that's it. And then your day is over by about 8:30, 9 a.m. And you just do I'm talking about Pacific time, by the way, you guys. If you don't know already, I'm actually near Los Angeles, California, and it is right now 9:51 p.m. Just in case you're curious, okay? But yeah, Samantha, you're absolutely right by that. That is absolutely how it works. It's actually not even a conspiracy or theory. It's actually just standard practice in trading. So it's just when you really get up to your your knees in trading and stuff and know your stuff, you're gonna really meet people who are short bias and long bias, and they just do it because they're able to just scalp the markets, momentum the markets, and day trades. I tend to stick to swing trades, particularly because my son is on a flipped schedule and because he has a low blood iron deficiency, so that's interrupting his sleep, thus making me a little bit unavailable during the actual market hours. So this is why I practice statistics in my plays. Okay, I make these statistics happen so that I know to have an entry, several entries, several stop losses, several take profit areas. Okay, so we put on those. Those complex, the advanced orders ahead of time, and then we just go to sleep and watch it do its thing, okay, you guys? But I am trading a small bankroll, you guys. I am not some type of baller like a lot of people think I am. I get a lot of comments and a lot of messages saying how many Ferraris you got. No, you guys, I don't have Lambos, I don't have Ferraris, I don't have a lavish lifestyle, you guys. I'm very much a normal person just like you guys, okay? It just so happens that we're all joining together here to learn something about the charts. That's the only difference, you guys. I'm behind a mic and you're behind a keyboard. It may as well be inversed, okay? So AG saying Arca is the market maker for sure. Not yet, my friend. Actually, Bybit and MEXC Global did offer a position. I want to say it was their proprietary trading desk, but I have yet to hear from them still any further on that, as I did send them a message back. But I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to be at a prop desk just yet. Even though that's actually what I loved, watching those movies. The Wolf of Wall Street, not like that, but more like the Wall Street Never Dies movie, and all you guys, man. Tell me your favorite movie, chat. Let me know your favorite movie, the favorite stock market movie. Okay, please let me know right now what is your favorite stock market movie on the chat. Okay, Boiler Room with Vin Diesel. I remember Stick Vicious, very cool. Risky Business, I do remember that one as well. Very, very cool movie. Which other movies? Okay, AG saying Arca is the Wolf of LA. Mike H, I did love Margin Call with that guy from what's his name? He's Spock in Star Trek, right? I love that. The Big Short. I love The Big Short, you guys. That is definitely the Mark Roach. You're talking about the Wall Street Never Dies, the one with that young guy. I forgot his name. But yeah, the Big Short, man. So the Wolf of Wall Street was an incredible show to just movie to look at, just how things can get so out of control. You know what it reminds me of? I'm not even gonna lie. That the Wolf of Wall Street reminds me of what's happening with the FTX thing. Have you guys heard about the FTX the scandal that's happening with I forgot her name from Alameda Research, the daughter, right? So she there is apparently like you guys, cover your kids' ears if they're listening, okay? But there's the talk of like these like crazy like orgies happening in the office. I have no idea if that is true or whatever, but I saw some ad talking about that, and I'm like, dude, that is literally something straight out of the Wolf of Wall Street with with homeboy from Titanic. Man, I don't know if that's true. You guys don't take it from me. Yeah, actually, Beso Amy, the Bernie Madoff. I actually watched the HBO The Wizard of Lies. Oh, you guys, I have to suggest that to you. Okay, The Wizard of Lies is the story of Bernie Madoff, and that is a very, very cool movie. It is on, I think it's on HBO Max. So luckily I have that subscription because of my parents. So they were able to just say, hey, there's a bunch of profiles there. You want to make one? I was like, yes, sir. Oh my goodness. So Joe H talking about The Barbarians at the Gate. Also great movie. Is that a trade movie or what? I don't know. I've actually never heard of that one. But yeah, you guys. So anyway, you guys, moderators, definitely take over the chat as I will start now the analysis. And I'm going to go ahead and make a timestamp right now so that I can make sure to update everybody, because I saw that it actually made a pretty big difference putting in the timestamps, right? So we're going to be looking at first ticker symbol HKD. All right, so now HKD, we did talk about this daily. I'm sorry, it's a 12-hour candle, but we were talking about it on the daily, right? But we did say that we were already building massive drives of bearish divergence. Okay, so in this case, these are hidden drives of bearish divergence, and they are trailing back and stacking up just so much. Now, one thing to notice is that this pivot right down here, is suggesting a potential bullish divergence. Okay, so let's see if we can do that, because I see maybe one over here. Okay, you guys. So if you want to know how to chart these divergences, well, here you go. Okay, so divergence is the opposition of price action versus momentum. Okay, so in this case, momentum represented by this indicator RSI. Okay, so this is the relative strength index that we're going to be using as the momentum guide. Okay, so now price action, I'm referring to literally the candles, the price action that's happening day to day, and you can see represented by these red and green candles. Okay, you guys, so that's what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and take a look at now the potentials of a type of bullish divergence. I want to see if there is something there, because I actually may be seeing it. Yes, there is. Okay, starting from this pivot, which is dated at about October 10th, 2022, you take a trend line and you can actually see that this literally this 12-hour candle from the last trading session we had, which was on Friday, is now bouncing to the upside and made a new lower low on the price action, okay, while momentum is actually making a higher low. Okay, so in this case, we can actually see right over here, we take it like this, and now you have a divergent drive. Okay, so you have the low and then you have the high. So this is creating a drive of hidden bullish divergence as irregular. Let's go ahead and just load up that image for you guys to just take into consideration, as I know that a lot of people have questions about this. But if you do have those questions, here's the diagram that I will put up for you. Okay, so these are the divergences that you can catch for momentum in particularly. Okay, you guys, make sure to hit that like button if you're new to the chat. Definitely about 120 people in the chat. Thank you so much for stopping by, you guys. So in this case, we are talking about HKD's bullish drives of divergence now. Okay, so we are looking at price action making a series of higher lows. So we look for the higher lows right here, and you can see that they are regular drives of bullish divergence. Okay, and in particular, they are phantom. Why are they phantom? They're phantom because they're having the cross price action from point A to point B. All right, so this, and I see more of them too, but I just want you to know that we already have confirmed a drive of bullish divergence. If I'm going to be very clear with you, I don't necessarily like that this pivot is this weak. Okay, so that can usually present a type of risk here. Okay, another thing is that we're very close to what's called the shallow areas of the bull strength percentile. Okay, when we're here, take a look at this diagram to the right. Okay, when we're down in this level here, that usually signals like a gravitational pull back into the prior zone. Okay, so this does have a risk still. I don't like that it's not strong enough, but please notice that the 14-day simple moving average is still suggesting some upside. So this is very good, okay? HKD may actually see some upside. So now let's go ahead and just validate that with some upper term time frames and also some lower ones. Okay, so daily time frame suggesting a continuation to the downside, but that is likely because the aftermarket activity has not reflected onto the daily chart, since TradingView will only show you the aftermarket activity starting from the 12-hour and under. Okay, if you're not familiar with that, now you know. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at the buy daily. Buy daily still suggesting upside, and a 3-day suggesting downside. Let's see. Our information is getting very limited here because HKD is actually not that old. Okay, so now let's go to the immediate short term and see what HKD has to offer. Okay, so a lot of indecision here, a lot of sideways. That usually means that people don't know whether they should take profit or stay within the trade or enter. All this is very, very, very typical behavior when things run up this high, right? So now the buy hourly time frame is still suggesting some sideways trading. Moving average is still pivoted towards the upside. However, this was an instant drop to the downside, meaning that the moving average is likely to be reflected soon enough. Okay, please always remember your position of your RSI signal. It's in the shallow areas of the bull weakness percentile, right in here. So when we're there, we're likely to be, pressured to the downside. But let's go ahead and continue validating. 4 hour suggesting a little bit of an upside. Okay, 6 hour is very much like our 12 hour. It's interesting that it's the multiple of 2. Now the 8 hour suggesting a slight downside. However, it is very much in the grips of the bull strength percentile. We're just gathering these puzzle pieces before we make that absolute call. Okay, so guys, there's still a lot of indecision. That it looks like if anything's going to move to the upside, it may very well be towards the middle to end of the week, even into the next week. Okay, so another thing that we don't like to see here, you guys, we never like to see an inverted hammer after a huge gap up. Okay, when we see this, and I'm saying this because we're in the buy daily chart, we can actually see the potential of a continuation to the downside, but we can see the potential of a downside temporary because we do have the 50-day SMA, the simple moving average, right down here at 1869, which can serve as a point of load or an accumulation area before a continuation up. Okay, we still have the let's look at this because this may actually be we still have a moving average right up here, you guys. I'm sorry, the support line down here is actually our divergence drive. I was actually looking for this. My apologies, you guys. We don't have a relevant support down here, but we can find one. Let's go ahead and load up our EMAs. Likely maybe one of them are there. Okay, so we do have a little bit of support here from the 7 period. This is the 7-day exponential moving average. You can actually see how much we're respecting the moving average. Let's just go ahead and zoom in here. Take a look at this price action over here, okay? You can actually see that the 30-day exponential moving average was used right to the penny as a point of resistance. Okay, so we still have the 50-day simple moving average right up here at 48.57. That can likely be another area of take profit because why? Please notice the 1.618 at 51.61, okay? So if we're going to see an impulsive move to the upside, it's not going to be because of a technical reason. It will be because of a fundamental or a psychological reason, okay? So we're going to make an area of resistance just like this right over here from Let's go ahead and draw. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the bottom side of about 48.81 to about 51.61 at the 1.618 can be a pump to the upside that we can see. Okay, but know that I am looking at some immediate short-term sideways trading. Okay, the upside is not coming in until the buy daily chart. Okay, so this upside can. Like I said, this upside is this pivot is tiny. You know, we gotta consider that. Okay, and also the fact that we're very close to the shallow area, so maybe we can see a type of pullback, not necessarily a sell-off, but maybe a pullback for reaccumulation, get that sentiment up again, and then we can actually pump to the upside. And if it does pump on FOMO, I am absolutely telling you that the possibilities of retouching our current highs of about 53.20, particular to the 51.61 at the 1.618 are great. Okay, you guys, so that's going to do it for HKD. Definitely keep your longs on check, okay? Make sure that your stops are in. Make sure that you don't hold like a moon bag, okay? These assets are very risky. All right, you guys, and especially when they're literally just backed by psychology. Very, very dangerous here, okay, you guys? So let's go ahead and move on. That was it for Mark Roach at HKD, and also as well as everybody else, right? So let's just go ahead and make a note as to when we finish this analysis. That's 10:05 p.m. on Pacific. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at that ticker symbols WISA. Again, you guys, WISA, that's coming up so much. It's coming up all the time. I'm very curious over it, okay? And I actually did put together a couple things for WISA, and let's just go ahead and look over those now, okay? So I remember looking at WISA actually late last year, meaning December 30th, okay? So in this case, I want to show you a couple things that I've already made note of here. So some very important things to notice within the WISA ticker, and let's just go ahead and make the note as to when we're starting this, okay, you guys? So 10:06 p.m. will be for WISA. Don't worry, I will make sure to add those timestamps in the description below after we're done. Definitely lots of viewers in the chat right now. Thank you guys for stopping by. Make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will continue getting some more people in the chat. Okay, so let's look at ticker symbol WISA, and please notice the volume profile here on a decline. That is usually a pretty good sign, actually. So when we're getting this declining volume profile, that can usually indicate that the potential to break out to the upside is likely. But let's go ahead and validate that, okay? Now, if you want to know how to get the price objective based on this formation, take a trend line from the hypotenuse of the triangle, very top, right? This is the hypotenuse. We take it all the way to the lowest part of the triangle, and then we imply this trend line, or we place it at the supposed place of breakout, which is typically around 70 to 75% to the apex of the triangle, okay? I love calling these formations out. Why? Because they are not only psychologically backed or sentiment backed, but they're also, man, don't catch me with that lisp, but they are also mathematically backed, okay? So this is literally the only formation in all of trading that has a mathematical and psychological component applied to it, okay? So very good things here. As you can see, the price objective, when we apply it to the supposed breakout point, we can see that that objective lands at about 1653, 1650, around there, okay? And I'm talking about cents. All right, you guys, so now notice that we do have another psychological component here, and that is this gap, okay? So it's very curious that the triangle is implying that we would cover or fill this gap before moving on to whatever the asset is gonna do, okay? So make sure to watch out for this, but let's validate the moves now, okay? Let's load up momentum and some moving averages just to see if we have some things of confluence or relevance to each other, right? So right away we can see that we do have some resistance both at the SMA 10, which is the 10-day simple moving average, located at about 9 cents, 9.53 to be exact, 0953. And we do have the 50-day simple at 10 cents, 10.56, okay? So there is that and also the resistance of the formation itself. Okay, so we have a few things to combat in order for us to make this upside continuation. Okay, so let's go ahead and now refer to our momentum. So you can see here that momentum is suggesting a downside continuation on the 8-hour chart in particular. Okay, so this is very curious, as this is very bullish. Okay, so that's making me believe that we may actually come back down to touch this area down below. However, it's too close. So if this is going to fail it, then we can look at a downside as well. And we will validate. More importantly, we will validate that. Okay, so let's look. All right, so first of all, here's the diagram again for you. We're sitting just below the shallow areas of the bear strength percentile. Okay, so I'm talking about just below, as in now we're clearing away from it, so we're not in the area to where we can face that pull back into the prior zone. Okay, so in this case, we are suggesting a downside. 8-hour time frame is now suggesting that the 14-day moving average should face the downside. Another little sign. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's go ahead and now move on to upper term time frames. Okay, notice that the 12-hour RSI is very much in the deep areas of the bear strength percentile, which usually means a pull right into the prior zone is likely, into the oversold percentile right down here. Okay, so that's very dangerous. Also, the fact that that the RSI signal is below the 14-day moving average is not good. Okay, you guys, let's look at the buy daily and see what we have. Buy daily suggesting some downside continuation as well, but this makes me curious about the daily actually. Daily is in oversold, and let's see if it's close enough to that gravitational pull. Yes, it is. Okay, so this could likely be a very short-lived downside. Okay, but we're still validating. We're gathering all those pieces. Okay, sideways trading, slightly bearish for the 3-day, slightly bearish for the 5-day. So it looks like it's also a limited upside. Okay, so now let's look at the immediate short-term time frame as soon as 30 minutes, right? So 30-minute short-term has now made a bearish cross below the 14-day moving average, our purple line being that RSI signal. Okay, let's just go ahead and make it a little more visible for you guys to see that purple. Okay, so you can see here that we are now in the bear strength percentile, but always mind your position of the RSI signal. Okay, we are in the shallow areas of the bear strength percentile, meaning that we can likely find some upside here and then face some rejection here, which is telling us that there is that in the immediate short term it's just a short-term upside and downside. This is a little bit of a sideways trading event happening, okay? Let's look at the buy hourly. Buy hourly is a little bearish, I'm not going to lie, but also we're well within that shallow area of the bull strength percentile, which means that we can likely come back up. But please notice here, we're rejecting this area here, suggesting a continuation to sideways trading. What could likely happen right now is that we're in the process of validating our descending triangle, or the right angle triangle, as a viable support before we continue on to that upside. Okay, so 6-hour time frame is also suggesting slightly bearish movement here. Okay, you guys, so if there is going to be some type of upside for WISA, it's probably going to be because it's going to be sentiment based, okay, as everything is very much indecisive, and actually the macros are showing that we are going to be continuing to the downside. Okay, you guys, so very little upside to expect in the immediate short-term time frame. Very likely to see the upside find resistance at that SMA 10 on the hourly chart at about almost 9 cents before coming right back down. Okay, you guys, so know for a fact that this is what is happening. Okay, and we'll always touch bases again and see if the metrics were accurate on the following day, as I actually don't even follow them throughout the day. So whatever I say right now is literally where it's going to live, and that's it. So that is it for ticker symbol WISA, and that is at 10:13 p.m. Okay, you guys, we're going to make sure to get those timestamps. If you are new to the chat, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, you guys. I really appreciate you guys stopping by on this late Sunday night before tomorrow's trading session. So we're now going to move on to the next ticker, and that's going to be for Sebastian Lim on ticker symbol WULF. But before we do so, let me just go ahead and refer to the chat, you guys. How you doing? How is everybody still doing here? Let's see. Is there anything that I need to take into account? Oh my goodness, you guys, if you remember, I released a few videos, okay? I released a few videos particular to CEOS, CTMX, CLNV, COSM, lots of C's there. Wow. I have also released GTII. And yeah, you guys make sure to check out those videos as they pertain to tomorrow's trading session. Okay. So, oh my goodness, not a problem. Mark Roach, you're very welcome. And, let's go ahead and now continue this, analysis. Okay, you guys. So now the next ticker that we're going to look at is for Sebastian. Okay. That's going to be ticker symbol WULF. Is that, that was the miner, right? That was the Bitcoin mine. I'm not sure if I remember that very correctly, okay, you guys, but let's go ahead and look at it as I do believe I have a previous load. Yes, I do. So let's go ahead and load up now, ticker symbol WULF, and continue our analysis. Very good stuff. Okay, so we actually failed. Sebastian Lim, did I say we were going down or up? I don't remember what I said. Maybe I should start putting bearish or bullish next to the timestamps too. So that we can see if we actually made the call or not. My goodness. So Hound, yes. So Hound is saying we need we need the next A plus 100x face melter. So Hound, I am actually looking at oh man, CEOS may very well be that ticker. Ooh boy. I haven't seen things look that bullish since 2020, man. Oh my goodness. And all the way when I was not trading. Jeez. Oh my goodness. All right. So anyway, let's get down and dirty with the ticker symbol WULF. And let's go ahead and now note the time once again. Chat, moderators, please take over the chat as I will now look into WULF and note the time. Okay, so we're looking at 10:16 p.m. for WULF for Sebastian Lim. Okay, Sebastian, we are looking at the same descending broadening wedge that we've been looking at for quite some time. We've been riding this since literally August 15th, 2022, sorry. And we've been seeing this up and down action, but the good thing here is that overall there is a series of higher highs and a series of higher lows as well. So not all the time is that bearish. It just means that this is still continuing on an uptrend, okay? So now that we're noticing that we've already accomplished the golden rule of three, which usually consists of 3 touches of the resistance before a capitulation event, and then our true breakout attempt on test number 4. Know for a fact that test number 5 is also a potential, but the usual breakout point is that test number 4. Okay, you guys, so in this case, we are making some bearish retracements, but that's not something to really worry about, okay? I want to make it a little easier to see. I have to dim down these boxes because they're just way too intense. Okay, so we're going to make them like this. I don't know why I had them so white. And I actually do remember having them this white in the previous video too. Not good. Okay, so yeah, let's get rid of our SMAs as well, as they are not so relevant at the very... Oh, actually they are. Look at this SMA 10. We have converted it into a resistance. Okay, this is a very important thing to look at. Let's look at the after hours if there is... oh, good job, after hours. Okay, so now in the after hours, we are barely being saved by this SMA 10 as a form of support. Okay, so oh my goodness. Okay, so that is a sliver of support that can be failed. And the next point of support will actually be right down here between 64.55 and 65.30. Okay, so we have a 1 cent support level from a previous time frame gap. Okay, so in this case, we can actually use that gap as a form of support, likely to the top of it, before actually realizing a bounce. Okay, but there is something to take into account here. Okay, we have to see if there is the potential of some type of formation happening here, as I am kind of sort of seeing it here. Okay, and actually we can connect the trend lines just like this and take a look at what that potential could be. Okay, because there is there is a potential that we're building some type of symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangles usually have this bullish and bearish outlook. Okay, so they have both the upside and downside to take into account. This is dangerous and very indecisive. Okay, so I need you to, Sebastian, I need you to be very careful with what you're doing here. Let's validate the upside and downside now. So the 12-hour RSI momentum is actually suggesting a slight downside. It looks like we do have some support at that 14-day moving average right below us, which is now telling me that the potential of us making this type of move right here, find a support from the support line of the symmetrical triangle, followed by a bounce. Okay, now what we are doing here is that there is a potential for a continuation to the upside, not only because we have the test number 4 that we have to realize, but also because we're right at the 70 to 75% of the apex of this triangle. Okay, which is, if you remember, usually where we tend to break out of. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so as soon as we do break out of this, we can actually see that we can find some type of resistance either at 79.15 or about 87.80, followed by another touch right back down to the current let's see, not the current highs. It would actually be about 73 cents to validate our newly converted resistance of the triangle into then a support before a bounce to the upside. Okay, so there are a lot of I guess we can say a lot of obstacles to kind of look at for WULF to make this upside continuation. Okay, but let's go ahead and just take a look at really quick the shorter term timeframes. 4-hour time frame suggesting a continuation to the downside, very much in accordance to what we're talking about here. Okay, even a wick down to about 60.95, about 61 cents is not out of the question. Okay, so if we're very close already to it, sentiment will likely take it to the next relevant geometrical target. Okay, so in this case, we can see a short-term bounce followed by an upside. Okay, let's continue our validations. Now, the hourly chart is also suggesting a downside continuation. Please notice that the 14-day moving average is serving as kind of a guide to that downside. Okay, so now we're very much in the grips of the bear weakness percentile, which is about this zone right here. Okay, so we can actually see a continuation to the downside and then face that actual pull. But know that this is hourly. Okay, so this is likely to live out pretty fast. It's not going to take that long for us to recover from this type of move. Okay, but we just have to play it by the rules, play it by ear, be very discretionary about this. As you can see, the immediate short-term time frame momentum is actually for sure using that 14-day moving average as a form of resistance before continuing to the downside. Very dangerous thing here is that not only do we have the resistance from the 14-day, but we're also in the very deep areas of the bear weakness percentile, suggesting a pull right into the bear strength percentile. Okay, so we do have to watch out for this. There is a corrective move in order here, and I am definitely seeing that to be between about 61 cents to about 63 cents, right around there. Okay, so be very careful with this. If we're going to expect upside, let's just take a look at the macros real quick before we continue to the next ticker and see if there's an upside continuation. So thus far, no. We actually need to see what we can do about confirming our support areas first before we can even consider any type of upside. This is a slow mover right now. It's likely to take some time for this to realize. Okay, so that is it for ticker symbol WULF, and that is going to be at 10:22 p.m. Nice. Let's go ahead and now move on to Joe H and Stig Vicious, as they have now talked about ticker symbol up. Was it UP? My goodness, I hope that's not a joke. Joe H, I will dunce you. All right, so let's see. I don't have a load for that for sure. I have never actually heard of ticker symbol UP. Very good stuff right here, you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at it one more time if we haven't done so already. Okay, so this is wheels up. Okay, good deal. So now, since we don't have a load on this, please make sure to always look at the daily chart, okay? Look at the daily chart. This is where we usually start the analysis. I usually like to use the logarithmic chart, okay, as I do believe it does have some type of more, just more accuracy, okay? So if I'm looking at this correctly right off the bat, it looks like we're in a broadening descending wedge, which is, of course, very much the most familiar formation in the trade right now. So actually, let's go ahead and make that connection now and move along with the analysis, okay, you guys? Things are looking good here. We're moving along nicely. Okay, so yes, we can actually see maybe one more correction. Let me take a look at this. One thing that you guys should know when considering making trend lines with your chart, okay, definitely consider not forcing the trade, not forcing what could be a sign or what couldn't be a sign, okay? Be entirely like just be in the opposition here, okay? Know that you can be just as aggressive here and make sure that your play is meeting your standards, okay? Your standards are the most important to consider, okay? So if it doesn't meet your standards, then the play is not on. It should be as simple as that. And then we will continue on to the next play because these opportunities happen every single day, my friends. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right now on the daily chart. Let me just take a look at the 12-hour and see just how much of a difference we have between after hours. Okay, so and market close. So there's only 1 cent deficit here. So it's still looking very good. Okay, you guys. So nonetheless, let's see. All right. So a very interesting thing here is that another indecision here. So this is a huge spinning top doji. I mean, I would rather it look like this to be considered a spinning top doji, little tiny body, but it's still this. We can still arguably consider it a spinning top doji candle, which is usually a tie of the bears and the bulls. Okay, so this is signaling some type of indecision in the stock. Now let's revise what we're doing within the broadening descending wedge in the first place. Okay, so it looks like we have oh man, whoo, this one, and it actually may not be traded in the daily. This actually may still be traded in a higher term time frame. And let's look at the buy daily once again. I'll tell you why, you guys. So let's see. Let's make the adjustments, of course, and we shall continue. Hold on just a moment, you guys. Let's make sure that the lines are actually meeting. Let's see. Yeah, this should be about it. Okay, buy daily is where we're charting, where we're trading this this formation, and it looks like we can still actually make some adjustments here. As you can see, this this trend line is actually not touching, so I can already see that we can make this adjustment here. Yep, we have the touch points. I see them now. I'll show you. Okay, so we have the touch point here from support. Okay, and this is even likely like that, but yeah, actually that's it. So we do have support here, support, and all the touches of support. You can see the resistance from when we failed it until we reclaimed it and used it as support right there. So it is being traded on a buy daily here, and we can actually see that we can combine actually some tests here. We have test 1 of the resistance, test number 2. This is the combination that I'm talking about. 3, and this is not actually a test, as it actually may have been just slightly short of touching. And yes, it's slightly short. Okay, so we actually didn't touch that. That is not a confirmed resistance touch. So yes, we have that was a fake out here. This is a bull trap. So we actually have 1, 2 combo, 3, and now attempting to do that test number 4 breakout. Okay, so this is this is potentially attempting to make that overall breakout. And now let's go ahead and validate what the upside is looking at for. Let's see. Let's load up momentum and some moving averages. Okay, definitely good things looking. I mean, things are looking up for up. No pun intended. Buy daily RSI is suggesting massive upside and very aggressive. The 14-day moving average is also starting to pivot towards the upside, which is very good here, you guys. Okay, so now let's go ahead and just take a look at the yeah, let's just go up. We will remember that it's on the buy daily that we're trading this, okay? 3 days still suggesting upside, 5 day still suggesting upside. This is a multi-day continuation to the upside. Weekly still upside. Oh my goodness. Okay, good call on this ticker symbol UP. Okay, so now let's look at the immediate short-term time frame momentum and see, okay, momentum is suggesting some downside here. We'll look at that correction and see where we're likely to find some support, because it does look like it's very limited according to the bi-hourly chart. Okay, so bi-hourly RSI is suggesting a support touch right at that deep area of the bull weakness percentile. Okay, so again, when we're in this deep area here, we can actually expect a gravitational pull right back into the prior zone. Okay, so which is very important here for the fact that it's a support touch alongside a gravitational pull. Okay, so that combination is telling us that the downside is limited. Okay, now let's look at the 4-hour upside, 6-hour upside, 8-hour upside. Yeah. Okay, so the reaccumulation period is going to be short-lived, and it's going to be just a small opportunity or a gap for longs to gain that reaccumulation and move to the upside. Okay, so where are we looking to the upside? First of all, let's just go ahead and finish off this analysis now with the SMAs and some fib ratios. Okay, so the upside, we do have some resistance at the 50-day simple at about $1.30. We also have right in confluence with the resistance top of the wedge, the SMA 100. Let's make that a little brighter so that we can see that SMA 100. Okay, just like this. You can see that the SMA 100 is landing at about $1.44. Our resistance is landing at about $1.48. Okay, so we do have a very likely touch of resistance here before we can actually fail to temporarily use the 50-day moving average as a form of support before true breakout, using the 200-day simple moving average as that resistance, followed by a retracement, and then we're going to start confirming our newly converted resistance into then support before a continuation onto the upside. Very typical play here. This is it's even moving the way this play usually moves. Okay, so if we're looking at that immediate short-term pullback, I mean, let's see how aggressive that pullback is. 15 minutes suggesting aggressive, and aggressive on the 30. Okay, that already gives me the answer. We can actually see a touch right down to the SMA 10 at about $1.05 before a continuation onto the upside, and that would then this is so stupid. That would then create formation. Okay, so let's go ahead and just draw that in. This is your left shoulder. This is your head, and this would essentially be your right shoulder right down here, followed by a continuation to the upside. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at an inverse herp and derp. So an inverse head and shoulders, which can lead a move to the upside yet again. Okay, you guys, so this is very typical for a breakout, particular to these formations. Okay, so this play is actually moving as per the playbook rules. Okay, so now if we're talking about exact playbook rules here, actually before we do that, let's just make sure to get the fibs in and join them with that with the confluent targets that we're talking about. Okay, so we can see that the 1 spot 272 is literally directly in line with the SMA 10. So we have it right here. So that's very likely an area of support before a continuation onto the upside. If we're gonna do a move to the downside further than that, I would highly consider the 1 spot 618 at about 99 cents, but I don't see that as likely. I do see likely the SMA 10 at the 1 spot 272 at about $1.05. Okay, so now if we're talking about upside continuation, let's go ahead and now get rid of momentum and zoom out just a little bit so that we can project that upside move per hour moving averages as well. Okay, so that we can see what the edge for tomorrow is looking like. Okay, so we're going to take a fib from the swing high to the swing low of the daily, and we can now see that we have some very confluent targets, particularly to the 1 spot 272 at 130 and the 1 spot 618 at 135. So let me just go ahead and give you a range of resistance first. Okay, this is going to be my first range of resistance, which is going to happen right after an immediate short-term pullback. Okay, so please notice as well that, oh man, I actually have to give you a little bit of a larger range. Okay, so as it is including the 1.272. So this area is a very strong area of resistance that we do need to break. But since we do have that momentum suggesting upside literally for days and days, this is likely going to become a great area of support after we break out, testing that SMA 200 at about 202. Followed by that pullback, okay? Because after that, we can actually see ourselves finding this range and the newly converted resistance of the wedge itself into a support before continuing on to the upside. Now, per the playbook rules, like I said, I was going to continue. If we are really playing by the typical standards of this formation, the take profit for this, per the playbook rules, is actually found at the genesis of the formation, which is $4.47. Okay, so that is a massive move to the upside. I'm not saying that it is going to. I'm just saying that per the playbook rules, that's how you trade a broadening descending wedge. You're looking at a close to 280% move to the upside from the current position. Okay, but please remember that I am looking for an immediate short-term pullback to reaccumulate, and like I said, it's very likely to touch that 2.272, the inverse 2.272 at 1.72, sorry, at $1.05. Okay, so this can be likely an area for longs to gain position, thus making that inverse ridiculous formation, the inverse head and shoulders, so silly, before a continuation onto the upside. Okay, so definitely accumulation here. First zones of resistance will be the 130, 135, and finally about 144. Okay, we can actually see some bouncing here before we impulsively move up for the following days, particular to Wednesday. And maybe Thursday, right around there. But again, if FOMO triggers this, then everything I just said is invalidated, and we, essentially realize the $430,000 mark right up here, and then we're done. And good job, you're a millionaire. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm just exaggerating. But yeah, that is going to do it for ticker symbol UP. Thank you so much, Stick Vicious, for coming through for Joe H. Very nice of you, my friend. And yeah, so let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. So that was ticker symbol UP, ending at 10:35 p.m. We're going to go ahead and add these timestamps at the end of the video. You guys, so I definitely forgot actually when we started this, so I'm just going to imply that we did at about 10, I say 15, okay? So we're moving along very nicely, guys. Now we're going to look at Chase Cross, and that is for ticker symbol SPRB. SPRB, what is going on? I remember I checked that ticker the other day too. Did it actually do what I said it was going to do, or no? So SPRB for Chase Cross, what's up, my buddy? All right, so yes, we do have a load on it, and let's see what we got for it. Okay, so we can already see that we gapped up. Oh yeah, I remember this gap up. And I remember saying where we were going to essentially find resistance. So we did pass that resistance point, and we actually ended up finding the resistance as a viable area of resistance before coming right back down, like we said. So good things. Another thing to notice here is that, in fact, and it was actually on the daily that we were looking at. Okay, so let me just go ahead and note the time of starting this ticker, which is 10:36. Okay, so 10:36 p.m. for ticker symbol SPRB for Chase Cross. Let's go ahead and continue. So we did notice on I think it was actually the 12 chart, the 12-hour chart. I thought it was the daily, but it's just because I wasn't being so exact. So these green trend lines, what they represent are actually drives of bearish divergence. Okay, so they were so man, again with the adjustment, maybe we looked at it on the 8-hour. I don't know where we looked at it, or it was just a macro picture. No clue. Let's go ahead and just make sure that we go through these time frames and see where we noticed them, as they could be very likely in the hourly. I hate the hourly. Oh, this is the ticker that doesn't have enough information. Ah, that's right. Okay, so yes, we do. We did confirm several drives of bearish divergence, particularly to the hourly, which I actually don't like to do, but they did sort of play out. Okay, so and now you can see that the hourly time frame momentum is suggesting a continuation to the downside, other than the fact that it was very aggressive in the first place. Okay, so where we are in particular, let's go back to the 12-hour. Okay, so on the 12-hour, yes, with this massive drive of bearish divergence is still suggesting aggressive downside. Okay, so this can likely continue to the downside. Let's look at the 4-hour and see. Okay, 4-hour downside, hourly downside, bi-hourly downside. Let's see how soon. 30-minute and 15-minute alls. Okay. We have a little bit of an upside in the micro time frame. Okay, if I'm going to suggest that upside is likely to test a current, the previous day's close high, which is usually found like this on a 15-minute chart, which is the last high of the candle at about $2.41 best case. Okay, but since the candle actually ended up closing at about $2.36, that is also an area of interest. 15 minutes live out really fast. Okay, so this can actually face some resistance here, followed by a continuation to the downside. Okay, so definitely be very careful with that. Let's go back into the 12-hour chart and take a look at our zones of resistance. Okay, so definitely notice that this huge shooting star printed on the 12-hour chart, this is usually that signal of a continuation to the downside. What is going on with power? Oh my goodness, you guys. So, there's a sandstorm outside again, you guys. Guys, hold on just a quick sec. Let me just make sure that power is safe and, in fact, not going to cause any loss of power here at the Arca household. Just a moment, team. Let me go ahead and just verify what that can be. Just a sec, guys. We are live. We are back. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, you guys, but we have controlled the situation and the power supply looks like it's still pretty good. Okay, so anyway, continuing with SPRB. If we're looking for some downside here, we can actually take a look at the fib levels. Okay, so now we're going to use the daily instead, since the daily does have the overall low and the overall high. So we're going to take a fib from that swing low to the swing high inversely to catch that potential bottom. Okay, so let's just go ahead and look at the 12-hour to see where we are again. 229 was the close essentially, and let's see 229, perfect. Okay, so there are several areas actually of support, and you guys, this is very aggressive. Okay, look at this daily candle. I don't think it's actually reflected just yet. The market closed to the downside, but oof, this is very dangerous. Okay, hold on just a sec. Ooh, my goodness. Okay, we actually may reaccumulate to continue to the upside. Wow. Okay, yeah, 4 hours signaling up. Yeah, 4 hours is signaling a limited downside. Guys, this is actually interesting. Okay, so if this is also kind of a pretty substantial drop, and I need you to notice where it's suggesting that support level. Okay, the support level is essentially at the very deep areas of that bull strength percentile. Okay, usually when we're right at that deep area, that gravitational pull to the following zone, like I always say, into overbought percentile is very likely. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to actually take a shorter term fib inversely to see what can potentially happen. Oh my goodness. Okay. here is my range for support and reaccumulation, which actually it does have to do with this gap right over here. Okay, so we have direct relevance with the 2 fib at 185, and usually when we have these gaps like this, we not always do we actually dive into the gap. Okay, so I'm just saying not always. Okay, we're on a 4-hour chart here, so that can actually present a risk because it's such an immediate short term. Okay, so please notice this: the 2-spot 618 at 164 is man. Let me draw that range for you so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Like this. I want to give you a visual representation of what the potential is, okay? And we're going to just color red so that you know that it is part of the 2-spot 618 at 164, okay? So if we're looking at a touch of support, considering the downside that the immediate short term is still suggesting, okay? So we can actually look at a touch all the way down, starting at $1.84, $1.85, where the 2 fib is, followed by a bounce from the 2-spot 618, since we're so close to the newly converted resistance into support of the descending channel. Okay, so we're likely to come back here, test this area, and then continue on to the upside, because look at this. The 5-day, the weekly, all of it is suggesting massive upside, okay? So as, let's see, 12-hour tomorrow, all day, almost all day tomorrow will be an accumulation period, followed by a recovery, potentially on the end of day, on the end of the session tomorrow. Okay, so that is looking very interesting here, you guys. Very cool stuff. Okay, so that is my range for SPRB for Chase. Good job on this one, my bro. Be very careful with your longs in this area here, okay? Because there is going to be some type of validation needed before that continuation to the upside, okay? But things are looking very nicely for SPRB thus far, okay? That is going to do it for SPRB for Chase, and that it was, let's see, 10:44 p.m. We're doing very good, you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and we will now move on to the next symbol. Okay, so we're actually gonna actually, you know what, let's go ahead and touch on Sebastian Lim's AVCT. So and then after that, hold on just a sec, let's just make a little bit of an adjustment right here to the schedule, as I want to make sure that we cover everybody before tomorrow's session, right? We need to make sure that we have that edge for tomorrow's thingy thing. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and now look at ticker symbol. Did we already see? Yeah. Okay, gotcha. I'm sorry. I'm actually making adjustments as I'm moving, you guys. Perfect. Yeah, the ticker symbol we're going to look at now is AVCT per Sebastian Lim. Okay, very good stuff. Very good stuff on that SPVR. And let's see. Okay, and I do have a massive amount of loads of AVCT. I've been actually looking at that ticker for quite some time. So let's see. Here we go. AVCT. What do you got? Let's look at that load number 2 or the edit 2 and see what we have. Okay. No. Let's go ahead and load up another one and see what kind of options we have to look at. AVCT. Oh, they're very nice. Very nice. It looks like we have done some type of a back test on this. And let's just see if that back test has already played out. And it is actually called... let's look at it one more time. AVCT, that is expand. Okay, so from expansion, we're looking at so that move already played out. Oh, nice. So it actually did. Yeah, it did meet that 58%. Very cool. And this is still my goodness, momentum is still suggesting upside, particular to the bi-daily chart. Okay, so now it's wow, so a contraction phase was declined, and now we're starting an expansion phase. We've crossed above the moving average, and now suggesting a continuation to the upside without any give from the momentum averages. Okay, so let's actually let me load up now the RSI for AVCT, because this is very curious, as AVCT has been looking very bullish throughout the last week, I think. Oh my goodness. Lone Wolf coming through. Dude, that was the thing that I didn't do today, right? I actually didn't ask anybody to throw some A's in the chat. Oh my goodness. Throw some A's in the chat, team. Let's get this ticker out of the way so we can make some money tomorrow. You guys throw those A's in the chat to know that you are still there and listening and making sure that we can get better at trading as we go, you guys. Joe H throwing in the BCD. A good vibes with the A. Cal L, what's up, my buddy? Good to have you here. Friends, thank you so much, everybody. If you are new to the chat, please make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and let's continue this analysis now, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so yes, particular to the RSI on the daily, we can Bessel Amy coming through. Oh my goodness. All right, so she put ass. Oh my goodness. All right. So back to the serious note right here, you guys. Serious note. All right. Anyway. So yes, we actually faced the resistance that we were looking for on our last analysis, and we do have some downside suggestion here per hour daily RSI. Okay, so now let's move on. Let's move up the time frames to see if we have any correction. Okay, 3 days suggesting a little bit of an upside. Okay, I was actually a little bearish. 5 day may be where we're gonna have to focus in on. Okay, now the weekly is still suggesting that upside as well. How about macro? Barely some upside. Okay, so there is some indecision happening within the AVCT asset, and I need you guys to be very careful if you already do have longs and they're in profit. Okay, because I think I mean, before I say that, let's look at the immediate short term. Okay, downside continuation per the RSI signal, moving below the 14-day moving average. Okay, so now the buy daily is suggesting a continuation to the downside as well. Wow. Okay, hold on. All right, so likely a reaccumulation period for the first half of the trading session, to the reaccumulation period all day tomorrow, actually, followed by, let's see, we can guys, this is very indecisive. Okay, we may actually be stuck around this area here, up and down. This has already made a momentous move. Does anybody know if there's some type of news coming out for AVCT? What is, let's see, launches a $10 million direct offering, a private placement, shares decline. Wow. Okay, so this is likely another reason for it moving up, right? So there are some fundamentals playing into AVCT, but momentum, I'm telling you, is suggesting a continuation to the upside, but the RSI momentum is suggesting more of a sideways trading, okay, because there is a corrective move on the way, and we can actually see where that corrective move can actually land. Okay, so now seeing this, first of all, you guys, please notice that these long wicks to the downside, they're very bearish. Okay, I know we're on the 12 hour. I don't usually like to look at at the candle analysis in shorter time frames, as they do play out better in higher term, but I mean, sometimes we just got to do what we got to do, right? So in this case, we are printing what appeared to be a type of evening star doji here, but this is just a hammer candle at the top of a trend. We don't like that, okay? That usually signals downside, and followed by another one right over here that looks just like a evening star doji as well. That usually presents a downside continuation. Please be very careful with what's happening here. Okay, this is dangerous. So we can see let's go ahead and just imply our support lines. Okay, we're gonna also include some moving averages. Take a look at the fibs and see what else we have in store for AVCT in the coming sessions. Okay, so the SMA, this is it would be very typical for us to find some type of support right down here. I'm gonna make that support drawing for you. Okay, so between the 1.618 at about 117 to the SMA 10 located at about 114 is very likely an area for us to find support. So I'm talking about a drop from $1.32. Okay, so just to be very clear, I am essentially telling you that we're gonna drop about 13%. Okay, so this is very dangerous. Okay, you guys, please watch out. Please watch out. I want you guys to make sure that you can protect your gains, okay? Another psychological component that we can add to this is on the 12-hour chart, we can see that we have a gap over here. Let's see, from about $1.08 to about $1.04. And guess what's within that gap? We have the 2.618. So there is absolutely the potential of even wicking down to this area. I mean, we have the 50-day SMA. We have the gap support. We have the 2.618 and the top level of the gap. Oh man, there's a lot of rhyming here. Okay, so I'm not gonna doubt if this thing actually does come and find support here, find some little thing, and then tries to stop out longs by wicking to that 2.618 to the 50 SMA. So I'm gonna make a quick little adjustment here to the 50 SMA, and we're looking at about $1.03 to about $1.08 as the secondary area of reaccumulation before some upside. Okay, but be very dangerous because be very dangerous. Be very careful because these types of things can actually stop out a lot of longs and it can actually pressure the price action down even lower. Okay, so I need you to be very, very careful within what's happening here. Actually, let me start a new chart for AVCT because I just saw something very curious. And this is not going to take long whatsoever, though. Let's go into the log chart and make this a little larger because I think man, don't tell me that's what it is. Let's see. Let's start making some trends here, okay? Because this appears to be some type of, oh man, I hope not. I really do. I hope not. If we did face that resistance there, which is very much at the closing level. Wow. Okay, so we're building a rising wedge after a downside, okay? Usually when we build these wedges on these rising wedges after a downside, this usually signals a continuation, okay? This is called a continuation pattern, meaning that the downside is likely when it does realize. But in this case, you can see that we've actually done test number 1 of the resistance and test number 2 of the resistance. That now, alongside the test number 1 and 2 of the support, confirms or validates that we're well within the rising wedge. Okay, so that's a type of that's a type of way that you can see if we validated that in the first place. Okay, you guys. So let me just go ahead and tell you now that the downside that we're looking at, and I'm telling you. Where did I say? Let's go back. It does have some confluence, right? So if we wick down to about 104, where I was initially telling you, let's see. So 104, 103, right? I was talking about 103. So 103 is landing right. I mean, it's already close enough. It's already close enough to the support bottom. So we have a reaccumulation period potentially between 98 cents and 103. And I'm talking about in a few days, maybe by the end of this week. But for the shorter term, we can actually see a couple bounces here and there as we make our trajectory down to the 98 to $1 level, right around there. Okay, so I need you guys to be careful. Chat, why are you falling asleep? Are you really falling asleep, or is it that you're listening very closely to Arca? Okay, let's go ahead and pump up the chat. You guys, what is going on? Never fall asleep on Arca again. Here's some music so we can get some dancing going on. Let's start break dancing together. Chat. You guys, I appreciate everybody stopping by. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. I know it's late. I know you guys are already sleeping. But what's up, Mac? Good to see you here. Lone Wolf, what's up, man? Oh, goodness, you guys. All right, anyway, so back to the serious note. Let's go ahead and dive right into this. Joe H saying, Arca, the meds kicked in. All in, seeing in short opportunities. That's right, man. Oh, my goodness. Joe H going limitless right now. David, what's up, buddy? Oh my goodness. GTII is absolutely a ticker that I released on Friday. Okay, you guys make sure to watch that video as it is very particular. I am calling a continuation to the downside on ticker symbol GTII, particularly to about the 47 cent level. Okay, you guys be very careful with your longs on GTII. Watch the video that I put out. Okay, David saying thanks for the info, very technical. Yes, David, I actually do tend to practice on discretionary methods like raw price action. I don't really, I hate saying technicals, man. I really think that technicals are actually a bunch of crap, but I like practicing statistical analysis instead of technical analysis, right? But yes, very much mathematically based. Okay, so yes, please remember, you guys, AVCT, I'm looking at a continuation to the downside, short-term support between $1.08 to about $1.04. Into the next week, I can actually see a touch. Please remember, okay, timing is very difficult here, but we can actually see a touch down to about 98 to $1.03. Okay, so be very careful with what's going on here as we are in the process of just riding the coattail of this rising wedge. Okay, we can actually find a downside more around the 70 to 75% range of the wedge. Okay, as it approaches the apex, the likelihood of falling to the downside will be greater and greater. Okay, so in this case, I mean, don't get me wrong, these wedges have failed from this point. Okay, I'm not saying we're going to capitulate, but I am saying that there are a lot of areas for us to range trade. Okay, Angel Eyes, this is not GTII, this is AVCT. I actually responded to a question to David. David Parr, he was actually asking me if I had any thoughts on GTII, and I told him that I expect a drop to about 45 cents, 46, right around that area, and to please watch the video that I released on GTII as it does pertain to the price action coming in tomorrow. And I go into it, I mean, just extreme detail into that. Extreme sports here in trading, okay? So now let's go, that is it for ticker symbol AVCT. So let's go ahead and now move on to the next one. Okay, so we're going to look at a very popular ticker right now, and that ticker is ticker symbol DBMM. That ticker is being spoken of everywhere. Why is it everywhere, you guys? I hope none of you are losing on ticker symbol DBMM. But let's go ahead and see what it does have to offer for us. Oh my goodness. Let's close out some of these tickers right here, as we do need some space. So many tickers, so many tickers, so many tickers. Okay. All right. Ticker symbol WULF. We already did that. RMED. We already did that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now let's go ahead and now move on to that DBMM, as I have no idea what is happening to DBMM. Moderators, make sure to take care of the chat. I'm going to go ahead and now continue this damn thing. That doesn't mean you guys have to chat it up. I'm just saying I am not going to be there for the during the new chart. Okay, so DBMM. Let's just start a new one, as I don't have any load. I know that I don't have a preload of this ticker. So let's see, DBMM. Can you guys, I know that there's a lot of you who actually watch me or listen to me often, but can you tell when my voice starts to go out versus when it's not going out? Oh my goodness. I've actually wanted to see if that was a thing that you guys are noticing. Eric saying yes. Really? So, oh my goodness. Right now, do you hear it right now? It's getting to that little raspy area. I'm gonna take a little sip of water here from this massive hydro flask. Beso Amy, I actually hear that from a lot of people. Cal L was actually the first one to tell me that there's something about my voice, like that it's smooth, or I don't know, it's just comforting. There's safety within it. I don't know. But no, David, are you really deaf? Oh my goodness, there's no way. How there's captions on my thing, so it's auto captioning me. That's very cool. Yes, Mark Roach, I am actually drinking some water right now. Because, oh my goodness. David, are you really? No, man, don't tell me the truth. Are you deaf, bro? And you're just listening to me, well, you're actually reading my text? That's incredible. Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you, Bezo. I really appreciate that. I've been told that a couple times. I don't try to do this, of course. I just talk the way I talk. And yeah. So DBMM, you guys, very cool stuff here. So it's, oh my goodness, I see why everybody's so excited about this ticker. This is crazy. Okay, so let's just take a look at the difference here in time frames. Okay, so we're always, you guys, let's go ahead and just start off with the daily time frame. And if you guys want to just know if you should start off on a daily that doesn't, on a ticker that doesn't have after hours marking, keep after hours market trading or whatever, just make sure to keep into account where market closed on the daily versus where you're looking at it. If you're going to start your analysis on the 12-hour, I mean, where it does represent some after hours. But in this case, DBMM does not have after hours, of course. So we're just going to start off raw dog on that daily time frame. Okay, so let's just look to see what, man, this is super barcoded, which usually means that it's algorithmically traded in very, I mean, this is yeah, this is algorithmically traded like no other. Very interesting thing here. Okay, so look at all this. It just like up and down and up and down and up and down, just waiting for somebody to come and buy something. That's just enormously funny. Okay, so yeah, so now that there is sentiment behind it and some type of human trading within this, I can maybe now still start advising or hey, yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, you caught me there. My goodness. All right, you guys, I take whatever I do show as just a form of entertainment and whatever I do say. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and load up our averages. Let's take a look at momentum. Let's see where DBMM could be going. Okay, so let's officially start the DBMM at 11:03 p.m. Okay, so this is going to be for the timestamps. Very cool. AVCT was not even taken into account. We'll look at that later. Okay. All right. So we can find immediate short-term support right at the SMA 10 at about 215. So we're at 236. If momentum is suggesting downside, then I will give you some further targets here. But let's validate first, right? Always validate first. Friends. Okay, so when are we gonna load that? Oh my goodness, you guys. Jeez. We are not looking for sniper right now, you guys. This is a Crypstex indicator. We are looking at basic momentum right now. We want momentum, okay? Daily time frame is suggesting some downside, okay? But we do have some support, and we have been using this 14-day moving average as a support before a continuation to the upside. Now, please also notice that we are in the deep areas of the bull weakness percentile, which usually means that we can find that pull right back into the prior zone, which would be the bull strength, okay? In this case, we do have that 14-day moving average alongside that gravitational pull as that form of support. So this is pretty significant, but we're going to continue validating, okay? We have to continue validating. We can't just make that assumption that DBMM is going to continue to the upside based on sentiment. Okay, so let's load. Let's just continue on to our higher term time frames. Sorry, I couldn't say that for a bit. Sideways trading suggestion on the buy daily. Let's look at the 3-day. 3-day suggesting downside. Hold on. Let's see what we have. And the 5-day suggesting upside. So there is some. Okay? Whoever is holding DBMM, is there some type of catalyst coming in? Something that's maybe, I don't know, a fundamental acquisition or some type of merger or whatever. What's going on in the fundamental space for this? Because it is showing me some type of indecision and some type of mixed emotion here, right? Within the price action, I can already see the anxiety building. Downside on the 8-hour. Let's see. Sorensen. Have a good night, my dude. Be safe, be well. Thank you for stopping by. Hourly is suggesting some downside as well. So guys, we're gonna consolidate tomorrow. We're gonna find some accumulation for sure. And now considering momentum, I can actually tell you where that downside may stop. Okay, so particular to the daily. So yeah, likely tomorrow is going to be a downside continuation. Okay, and let's take some fibs now. Let's go ahead and match them to our moving averages and see what kind of downside we're looking for. Okay, because I definitely see downside coming in for the immediate short term and actually just all day tomorrow. So if you do have longs, be careful. Please keep an eye on your longs. Okay, make sure that we can protect whatever we've already gained. Don't give it back. Okay. So let's look at this. Okay, so we do, okay, the SMA 10, it's funny because we were already looking at the SMA 10 as a range of support, but I'm talking about deeper now. Since we have a suggestion from momentum, a continuation for DBMM to the downside literally all day tomorrow, potentially even the beginning of the day, Tuesday, we can actually see that we have some confluence between the 2.618 and the 50-day simple moving average between, let's see, 1 cent. So that's to be precise, okay, 0160 to the 50-day at 0154 could be a likely area to find some support before a continuation. Okay, so I'm a little scared of this because of the mixed emotion. Look at this. The 3-day RSI is suggesting a continuation aggressively to the downside, right? But why are we looking at the 5-day with a continuation to the upside? And why is everything in between? Like, you know, there's downside aggression on the daily. There's sideways trading on the buy daily, and then aggressive downside for the 3-day. That doesn't make any sense, which is usually some type of, I don't know if there's a catalyst in play, or what are people waiting for? You know, that's what that's literally what I'm actually waiting for DBMM, is that there could be something else that's in play here aside from just the price action. Okay, so if we can look at immediate short-term time frame price action, we can see actually that this. I'm going to give you a range right now. Okay, let's do it per the immediate short-term swing high to swing low. And I'm going to do it to the overall swing high, okay, to the close of market on Friday. So the 1.618 landing at 2 cents, right where that SMA 100 is. Very, very interesting. Okay, so this is very likely an area to find some support. Okay, so if it's not in line with the other one, we're going to go ahead and find out soon enough. So the secondary area of support, like I said, is for sure this area down here between let's see, 0153 and about 0160 alongside the SMA 200. Okay, very, very significant support there, and we can actually jot it down. We can actually take into account that time frame as well. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick adjustment to our support line to 0169 to 0154 as an overall entry. Okay, so be very, very careful here, as this is actually building a type of, I think we're on a pennant. Oh my goodness, I think we are. Let's look at another load of this. Okay, so the pennant may actually have a suggestion to continue on to the upside, but we have to make sure that we can validate that the right way. Okay, so again, it's just another formation. We have to validate the formation, is what I'm saying. Okay, so there's always risk that the pennant doesn't do what it's naturally meant to do all the time. Okay, so and this is already drawn very weirdly. Let's look at the bi-hourly, as I would love to have the trend line actually not be forced. We should never ever force our trend lines. Okay, so if I'm looking at this, did we already break out? If that's the question, yeah, this one's a tough one, you guys. Let's just go ahead and continue the analysis and see if we've already actually broken out. Nope, I don't think so. So let's go ahead and now apply the trend line to this, because I do see the connectors right over here, and that is implying a continuation to the downside, which is already in play. We already were talking about that anyway, okay? So if this is the implied area of trading, then we could see a continuation down to right where we were talking about. This is the 2 cent level that we were looking at within this chart here, the more immediate short term, of course. So right over here at the 1.618, 2 cents. So there is, and I'm saying that the lower areas of the 2.618, that can serve as a form of a wick or a flash to try to get people out of the trade, followed by a continuation to the upside. Okay, but I can't guarantee the upside because of how much sentiment there is behind this. Okay, so if now looking at the pennant, if we are looking at an upside continuation from the breakout of this, let's see what that upside can be. Well, we're gonna have to take a look at the downside and the upside, since the pennant can be played both ways. So trend line from the top of the triangle to the lowest point of the price action, and we apply it to the supposed point of breakout. Okay, so in this case, it is suggesting a top side of about 5 cents. And do we even have anything up in that area? Oh, we do, but oh my goodness, what is all that? Wow, this ticker is very interesting. Okay, so it takes us actually right to the support and resistance of this area right back there. Let me press Control and see if I can actually zoom. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it takes us right into this area here. That's the only historical support that we have. Yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, so yeah, it's very likely that it can move to the upside like that. And looking at it from this perspective, it actually is showing that there is the potential of making that upside. It looks like there is some type of ascending macro movement happening within DBMM. It's this ticker is very strange. Okay, so now if we are going to consider the downside continuation, it would also be inversely applied. Okay, so this way. You can look at a target of about negative whatever that is. That's not going to go there. Okay, if it's going to imply zero, it may actually find a support from this area right over here. This is the most obvious area of support, this range right in here, which would be between 0109 to about 0124, but I can't guarantee that as being the case. Okay, you guys. So now, according to momentum, like we said, let's go ahead and just, man, again with that thing, I can't believe it. Let's see. Can you guys hear that beep, by the way? Are you guys able to hear that beep? Oh my goodness. Downside continuation here, you guys. Yep. There may be a chance to actually find a long position at that 2 cent to about that 1 cent level and then ride it to about 260. But guys, I would stay away from this, okay? Know that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, okay? But I would actually consider staying away from this because this, if it's going to move to the upside, it's going to move to the upside via sentiment or psychology. But in this point, I can't guarantee that upside because the all of it is suggesting downside on momentum, and then we have mixed signals Arca Bulls family, are you there? Throw some A's in the chat if you can hear me, family. Throw some A's in the chat. My goodness, you guys. That was so terrible. Apologies to everybody. My goodness. Just everything overloading up in here, you guys. Oh, my goodness. All right, we're good. We're good. You guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I know we lost a lot of viewers, but it's okay. We can go ahead and continue our analysis and finish it up. Yeah, like I was saying, you guys, this is... yeah, everything's okay, Samantha. It's just I actually noticed that when the heater comes on, this is... when the heater comes on, it actually overloads the power in the studio, which is very interesting. And... you know, in the studio, I am running I'm running amplifiers and stuff. So this is very interesting stuff. But I really appreciate everybody for whoever's still here for sticking around, right? So yeah, that's those are my feelings for DBMM, you guys. There's definitely the reloading area that I'm talking about at the lowest level. I'm thinking for now 0154 to about 0169. Okay, so before a type of continuation. Okay, so this is psychologically impaired like crazy. Thank you, Philip. Actually, I have an Apogee Symphony. It's the 2x6. So anyway, so that is it for for ticker symbol DBMM, all weird. Okay, so man, I can't believe that we were able to come back live. My goodness. I did warn the last time that if it did happen, that now you know what could happen. So that is literally it. When I restarted my computer, everything was just still running, which is really incredible, okay? So we have to move down the line per the tickers, okay? So it's going to be for Sebastian Lim, ticker symbol FNGR. What do we have for FNGR? Pedro Murillo saying, hey man, sorry to bug. Can you do CTMX, please? So, Pedro, I actually did release CTMX as a whole. I'm sorry, it's just my computer is still... just to put it real quick for you, okay, man? This is going to be real fast. I'm expecting a retracement back to the area of about 203 to about 201 before a bounce, and then a continuation to the upside, okay? So that upside continuation has a resistance of 325 to 368 before we can actually make a true breakout on test number 4 of this massive descending channel, okay, my brother? So we're just looking to reaccumulate at about 203, 204 before some upside. So wait for that pullback, and then some entries could be looked at, okay? You guys, be careful with this ticker. Be careful with all of them, actually. There's a lot of sentiment around all of these runners, okay? Be very careful, all right? You guys know that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment. Cal L saying PSA, members be aware there has been an increase in fake Arca scammers. That is absolutely right. Thank you, Cal. Thank you, moderator Cal, Samantha, for holding it down while I was just literally being bombarded here with... with, you know, whatever. So yes, guys, there are a lot of Arca imposters in the comments saying to WhatsApp me. Please know that I don't have a WhatsApp. I don't have any. I'm not active. Actually, you know what? I can leave it at this. I am not active in anything else other than Discord, YouTube, and Twitter. Okay, those are the only 3 platforms where I'm actually active. Okay, so if you get somebody saying WhatsApp me, don't fall for that. Those are just scammers, okay? There's just a huge increase on them as the popularity of the Arca Bulls channel starts to gain, you know? So be careful. Don't fall for them, okay? There's only one. That's right, Mark Roach. There is only one Arca, okay? That's the one that you're listening to right now. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker, as we are going to now look at Sebastian Lim's per his very nice donation, ticker symbol FNGR, right, you guys? So yeah, I actually do have a load on that, so that's good. We can make this a little faster in that manner as well, you guys. So let's see. FNGR had the supports and resistances. I remember looking at this a few times already. Ooh, my goodness. This is actually realizing that, oh, it's realizing the channel. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm not going to look at the macro, not just yet. So let's go ahead and load up another one for FNGR and continue our analysis. Okay. All right, chat, thank you again for stopping by. We're getting some more viewers now as, yes, all Arcas are scammers. Oh, my goodness. All right, you guys, so you know what? We can actually start it with momentum and load up the RSI as we can see what the movement can be for the interim. Okay, so let's just make this a little larger for our convenience and load up just one pane so that we can see what we're dealing with. Okay, 12-hour time frame. What are you telling me? Okay, we did notice several drives of bullish, of hidden bullish divergence just accumulating and accumulating until we did get that thrust to the upside on ticker symbol FNGR. Very good stuff. Okay, so 12-hour time frame still has the all of the drives of bullish divergence confirmed. And now the 14-day moving average is suggesting an upside continuation, other than the fact that this massive RSI signal is suggesting that aggressive upside. Okay, so based on our analysis, we actually did meet the areas of resistance that we were talking about. Okay, so we did say that we were going to look at essentially the more likely area being right in here. I'm remembering now that we looked at it on Thursday, right? So yes, Mark. Actually, that was for ticker symbol FNGR. Thank you so much, bro. What time did you say? That was 11:30 p.m. Thank you, bro. Really appreciate that, man. That's super nice of you. Okay, so we started the analysis on 11:30. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we did face the resistance that we were essentially looking for from Thursday. So will the real Arca Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Oh my goodness, that is funny. Hound, love you, buddy. Anyway, so now for a continuation to the upside, where can we see this end up at, right? So let's see. Let's go down the time frames and see if actually, you know what? Let's go up the time frames first. Wow, in the buy, look at this, guys. On the buy daily, we actually met that 2.618, exactly where we said we were going to go to. Very good stuff. Upside continuation still being suggested on the buy daily chart. Okay, very good stuff here. 3-day time frame is still suggesting upside as well. So is there any pullback though? So now let's look at the immediate short-term time frame, and it looks like there could be an area for reaccumulation. Okay, so if we're considering the distance between the RSI signal and the 14-day moving average, this is pretty significant. So which means that we can actually face a pullback right down into the area where on the 30-minute time frame, of course, where the SMA 200 is being crossed by the SMA 10. Okay, this is a very important area. We can actually see a reaccumulation zone right down here before a continuation to the upside. Okay, so now notice that the 30-minute time frame, 14-day moving average, is actually serving as that form of support before continuing on to the upside. Okay, so this is very good. We are an overbought percentile, but that doesn't mean that we can't continue on to the upside. Sorry, you guys, if you hear a little bit of a in the background, that's just because I am cooling down the gear with a fan. Okay, and I have opened up the window very wide so that we can get the studio very cold in here. Okay, very good stuff. Now let's look at the buy hourly and see if FNGR does have a continuation still. Okay, buy out. Okay, so that loading zone that I'm talking about, let's just validate. Ooh, yeah, okay. The loading zone that I'm talking about is particular to the very immediate short term. Okay, so this can likely last. Does this have where did we close? We closed at let's see, 384 on the daily. Okay, so this is going to likely happen at the very beginning of the session before FOMO takes over, okay? So know that there is a small window of opportunity to gain entry, and that entry, I'm going to give you a range now, because now that I know that everything is pitched to the upside, that gap has actually diminished, the gap of opportunity I'm talking about. But please know, you guys, that these opportunities happen all the time in different tickers, okay? Don't feel the FOMO. Because that doesn't, only because you didn't enter this trade doesn't mean you can't make another one. All right, so Lone Wolf, have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Sorry, you just got a little distracted there by the chat. Lone Wolf, always good to have you here. All right. So yes, the gap of time is now very short. Okay, so in the immediate morning, we can see a drop, and it's not even a guarantee because the 5-minute and 15-minute are suggesting upside. So we can see a drop to potentially loading between 374 and 345, depending on how large that wick is. Okay, sometimes we can actually just use the bottom side or the midpoint of that the area of accumulation, right? So that could be around 358, 359. Okay, so there is a potential to where we can actually load that and then continue on to the upside and continue to the upside. Okay, so let's just look at what the potentials are now for that upside continuation. So this is a descending channel. Okay, we've been writing this since, let's see, February 2021 on the 3-day chart. Okay, so this is a macro perspective. You can actually see that we're now finally starting to make that upside continuation, although I don't like the way it's breaking out. Why? Because we're looking at test 1, 2, and test number 3. Okay, so this is, I hope that it's not creating some type of liquidity trap so where this thing just capitulates to the bottom, okay? Because we usually see these things break out at around test number 4. Usually test number 3 is that the biggest area of capitulation. Not that it hasn't already experienced it, but I'm talking about to the lower end of the channel, okay? So in this case, momentum, price action is still suggesting massive upside for FNGR even so. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up the 12-hour daily, actually, engage some upside targets, okay, as I do see them already. Okay, so we already met our first target and second target. That's good. The loading zone, remember the loading zone. Okay, so now I'm going to give you an upside target of between the 3.6. Well, actually, I'm going to widen it just a little bit, okay, because this can give you a range of take profit, okay? But since it is several days of upside, I'm talking about 470 to 442 could be a good area for a scalp take profit. But if this thing continues to the upside impulsively, then definitely I'm looking at about $5.09 at the 4.618, which is essentially the resistance level of this area here, okay? Very confluent targets here. So, yeah, again, let's just look at that immediate short-term pullback. Remember, the pullback I'm suggesting to be between 344 and about 374. Okay, let's go back now to the daily and just take a look at that right here. Yeah, that pullback can be right in this area. Okay, 374 being the top side of this range here. Okay, so now the take profit number 1 would be around 444. Take profit 2 around 470. Take profit 3 between 490 and 509. So this is very likely to hit there, okay, you guys. So this is looking good for ticker symbol FNGR. Sebastian Lim, I hope you're still there, my bro. I know that I got cut out here like crazy and stuff, but please know that I am suggesting some pretty interesting targets here for you as this is continuing to the upside for multiple days. Bullish divergence is everything in play. So this is looking good for ticker symbol FNGR thus far. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker. Okay, so that was ending this ticker at about 1137. Okay, now let's see. Let's just go ahead and note that. The next ticker is going to be ticker symbol PRTY. PRTY. Okay, that's Party City. I remember that ticker. All right, let's go ahead and load it. Just close it. Close. I don't need you. Okay, so ticker symbol PRTY. I do have a few edits, thank goodness. Let's see what they have to offer for us. David Parr, MMAT. What is going on with MMAT, my bro? That's a bad load. Are you hearing some news about it? Is it some type of squeeze play, or what is the deal with it, my dude? PRTY. Let's see. Thank you, my bro. Yes, Mark. I definitely was able to catch it this time. Oof. My goodness, getting scary. I want to make sure that I'm not looking at PRTY in an old chart. I want to make sure that it is a new one. Okay, so it looks like I just am going to have to start a new one. PRTY, what do you have to say to me? You're buried in MMA. Oh, no. So you're talking about when it made that upside and it faked everybody out, right? I was actually warning everybody about that You may have not found my channel until after that, right? But I was actually warning about that capitulation from the top. Oh my goodness, man! I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna try to squeeze it in. Okay, so David, know that I do have ticker symbol ZOM after party. I have GSTC, and then I'm gonna try my best to look at that MMAT because it's already getting close to that time where I usually sign off. Need to get to my toddler as mom needs to get ready for work. Early work. Okay, so wow. Oh my goodness. What is going on with the guys? What happened with PRTY? Did they why are they capitulating like this? Reportedly planning to they're filing for bankruptcy. Oh my goodness. Okay, does that mean that the ticker is going to continue? Does it mean that are we just not? Is public trading going to stop? This is entire psychology here. This is all sentiment based, of course. I mean, no, right? So, wow. Okay, so I assume everything may be shocked. I'm talking about momentum. Everything may be literally shocked and shot. Okay, so very terrible news. My goodness. I'm sure that there are people stuck. 30 minute immediate short term is suggesting an upside. Okay, so what I don't want to do is tell you guys about something that may not happen here because there's still a room to where this can dead cat, okay? But, I mean, 30 minute is very aggressive with that upside. My goodness, man. Josh, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. Okay, geez. Okay, 1 hourly still suggesting upside, 4 hours upside. You guys, if you're holding long, there's only going to be a small gap before a continuation to the downside, it looks like. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like there's only going to be a small gap, and it may be all the way to the mid-session or even early, to the middle of the early session, meaning in the morning, right? Or to the mid-session around like, particularly to about, I don't know, 10:30, 11 a.m. Pacific, to actually maybe consider taking your profits or taking whatever position you have. Okay, so we're gonna validate what levels we have here. Okay, because this is impaired heavily by emotion. Okay, so this is where systematic traders get a little bit. I mean, I'm talking about any trader in reality. Any trader ever can actually face some indecision and some difficulty understanding where the price action can go based on capitulation events like these. Okay, so let's get the SMAs up. We do have, oh, I already had put them up. I was looking for my EMAs. Okay, so I need some closer price action to see what can potentially happen here. Okay, you guys. Wow. Okay. The EMA 7, 28.98, about 29 cents may very well just be an area for take profit, okay, or trying to save yourself, because please notice this, we also have the 14-day moving average on the 4-hour chart right here, so the distance from here to here is comparable. Okay, so there may be some resistance found there. Let's see the 8-hour chart. 8-hour chart suggesting massive downside. Okay, so bi-hourly, let's look at bi-hourly. There is limited upside likely to be found at that SMA 10. I don't think that the EMA 7 on the bi-hourly is the area for take profit at 24.94. I actually would favor the 4-hour chart in this area, and I can give you hopefully a salvageable area of take profit. So in the 4-hour chart particularly, we are going to use the EMA 7, the 7-period exponential moving average, and we will use this area of support here from previous days of trading, particular to the last weeks of December. Okay, so we can see an upside continuation, 29.09 to about 31.43. Okay, I would heavily consider, and not as a financial advisor, of course, I would heavily consider maybe pulling out and just continuing your trades on a better setup here. Okay, because this I can tell you that short sellers are going to be playing the crap out of this up and down just because of sentiment. Okay, so they're going to gain liquidity into this, and this is a short seller's dream, essentially, guys. So this I can see this as a likely area to find short opening position for a continuation to the downside and testing our current lows at about 15 cents. Okay, so PRTY is looking very, very dangerous. Okay, you guys, I need you to be very careful. Last thing we're going to do is just take fib actually from the range high to the range low. Okay, so let's see what we have. Yeah, so look at this. We have the 1.618 almost in direct confluence with the EMA 7 and the our support that we're looking for, the EMA 7, right? So pretty much the 1.618 to the 2 fib at 31.77. If we do get some upside further than that, which I highly doubt, it actually could be between the 2.272 at 34.04 to the 2.618 at 36.92, finding the resistance from the top side of this candle right over here printed on January 6th. Okay, so that's those are, and also in confluence with the 30-day exponential moving average. Okay, so that would be my more unlikely to my second take profit zone, but also the more unlikely zone of take profit. Okay, so I can also draw it in here for you just in case you guys want to reference this later on, as I will include the timestamps. But this is your second area that I consider to be a little less likely, but I'm eyeballing this in a discretionary manner. 1.618 20. Yeah, I'm gonna make a quick adjustment to this just so we can make sure that we do have that figured out. So yeah, the 1.618 at about 28.58 to the top side of about 31.48. Okay, secondary targets are right over here, located between the 2 fib, the 2.272, sorry, at 34.04, 2.618, 36.92. That is it for ticker symbol PRTY. Be very careful with this, okay? Abner, if you are still here, I hope you did get your answer, my bro. But yeah, it's looking a little dangerous for ticker symbol PRTY. Man, the news right here. What? 2 days ago. This was actually recent. This was on Friday. No wonder this capitulated so fast. Bankruptcy. Oof. Okay. So now let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker. That's going to be ticker symbol ZOM. All right. So very good stuff. Very good stuff. Okay. So I think I've already, well, let me see if I've already looked at that ticker. Oh, no, I haven't. So let's just start off with a new chart. Okay. Oof. You guys be careful with PRTY. My goodness. All right. Ticker symbol ZOM. Let's see what you got. Zomedica. All right, so let's start off with the daily first. Let's see, 23.37. We have 23.20. Okay, so not much of a difference here. Definite huge gap up. Let's go ahead and load this on the logarithmic chart and continue here, as I'm already starting to see the potential of the formation. Okay, so this has been on a downtrend forever. Wow, but there could be something in line here, and I'm already sort of seeing it. Let's see. Let's start implying things here, okay? And positive things at that, okay? We're going to imply positive things. If you guys haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, you guys, and everything will be chilling, okay? So, all right. So, yes, there is. I was eyeballing it correctly. All right. So, we are on a descending channel, okay? And we already have confirmed it. Now, the very dangerous thing about this, okay? Let me just make a quick little adjustment here because my OCD is taking over me right now. I'm literally losing my mind. Okay, so we are looking at a potential capitulation event here, okay? Now, this could be a huge fake out, but we're going to verify that. We're going to verify this, okay? Because I can see that there is some type of news that came out. Let's see, July. Those are all old headlines. I don't understand why it's actually putting it there. That's interesting. Okay, so remember the golden rule of 3. Okay, we're looking at test number 1 of the resistance, test number 2, and number 3. Now, all of the guys that are usually listening to me and following the channel, you guys know that test number 3 is usually that evil test number 3 in capitulation test. Okay, so if we're looking at a capitulation event, the downside targets will likely find a bounce at the covering of this gap, right, which is about 19.97 or 20 cents to about 21.34, okay? So it's you know what, let's just take note of that psychological component, okay? We need to take note of these things in order for us to move on. In order for us to move on to trade appropriately, okay? So now let's pull up our moving averages, and also let's pull up our momentum. We want to see the potentials of this, okay? So is there already a pullback? The daily time frame is still suggesting upside, but remember, that's particular to market close. There you go. So you see now that we capitulated in the after hours. You can see now a little tiny kink on the 12-hour momentum, okay, RSI. So if that is the case, then we may already be seeing drives of bearish divergence forming. And let's see. We might be able to see one soon, okay? Just a moment. Let's see. All right, it looks like we might not have some drives of bearish divergence just yet, which is actually pretty good. Thankfully, it's pretty good. Yeah, you know what? We actually don't have drives of bearish divergence just yet, which is good. This is the best news that you can hear if you're longing this ticker, okay? Because if you're not, if you're longing this, then, and you saw, oh goodness, okay, actually maybe. Hold on, this may be one drive of hidden bearish divergence right over here. Let's go ahead and see if the higher highs meet a lower high on the price action. Let's see. So this is potentially this one here. Yes. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys. Yeah, we do have a drive of hidden bearish divergence printed right over here, and likely another one, right? So we're starting to stack them actually. Oh man. So this is yet another higher high, and this is yet another one over here, a higher high. And now if you start connecting them, you're actually going to be able to see how that happens, or how it plays out, right? So from this candle iteration, we make a higher low, and also this candle iteration, which is literally right next to it, we make, yeah, right next to it, right? It's, oh my goodness, it's literally right there. Another drive. Okay, so we have, yeah, we're piling up drives of bearish divergence here. So there may be a corrective move continuing as it already started. Okay, so if they're piling up like this and they're now starting, I'm talking on the last candle print. If they're starting to pile up like this, the downside is more than likely. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 8-hour. 8-hour is pivoting a little bit. The 6-hour is suggesting downside. Bi-hourly downside. Okay, we have the 4-hour and bi-hourly downside. Hourly suggesting downside. And the 30-minute is a little corrective, but it's actually pivoted towards the downside ever so slightly. Moving average above us, bearish. Okay, so we're in critical oversold. Let's look at the 12-hour one more time. Okay, macro timeframes. Let's see what you got to tell us. Macro timeframes are still suggesting a continuation to the upside. Okay, very curious. If this is the case, we need the price action from the after hours to price into momentum for the higher term, although it may not do much. But we can see a reaccumulation period as in the area that I was talking about, particular to I think it was the 8-hour chart where we saw that gap. Okay, the daily. So yeah, we can actually see a loading zone here. Not always do we pass the gap to fill it, right? Not always is that the case, but we can actually sometimes find a support right at the top of the gap before a continuation to the upside. Okay, so if we do continue to the upside, it is going to be a bit limited. And I'm talking about there could be some type of confirmation followed by wicking back down into the 19.95 20-cent area to fill that gap. And then we can actually make that true test breakout on test number 4. Okay, so Again, let's look at the immediate short term. So yeah, we're looking at downside in the immediate short term. So yeah, you guys, I have to stick to my guns and telling you that for sure we're gonna find an accumulation period in the immediate short term, followed by a recovery likely to be in the following days. I'm thinking maybe Wednesday or Thursday. This thing can continue to. I'm sorry. Tuesday, maybe Wednesday actually. Tuesday, late Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, this thing can continue to the upside as there are relevant areas of support, including on the buy daily, the 50-day simple moving average and that gap from the daily. Okay, so yeah, loading zone between that 21.24 to about 20 cent level before a continuation onto the upside, but I wouldn't call it the moonshot to the upside just yet, as there are a lot of obstacles to kind of combat here. But I'm talking maybe Friday to next week, potential upside touching 37.24 at the SMA 200 before resistance, you know, and then we can come back and test our newly converted resistance into support and true breakout of number 4 before a continuation to the upside. So that is what I'm looking at for ticker symbol ZOM. And I forgot what time we actually started this one, but I can imply the ending time, which is close enough. Not a problem. 11:54 p.m. was when we stopped. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, as that is going to be ticker symbol GSTC. Tony Rodrigo, I hope you're still there, man. Let's go ahead and look at that now. Okay. GSTC. I don't have a load for that. I'm more than likely not. I don't even know what that is. So let's go ahead and see what we have there. Okay. GSTC, Globestar Therapeutics, another therapeutic. Man, I'm telling you, all these assets moving to the upside, incredible moves. Okay, so yeah, let's look at the daily and see what we have. Okay, huge break of market structure, very good, since we had an enormous channel here. This was a descending channel, already signaling that there was a reversal in play, and this is the breakout of the channel here. This, and then this right here is the confirmation of the channel's newly converted resistance into support. And then we continued on to the upside. So it looks like it actually came back down to test that channel once again. So let's just take a look to see how that... Oh, no, it didn't. Thank goodness it didn't. Okay, so yeah, just like this and about like that. Okay, so this is what I was implying. We actually broke out. We actually came back and tested that newly converted resistance into support before a continuation onto the upside. So once you familiarize yourself with price action so well, you're able to literally see this without drawing it. You know, so I've mentioned it a couple times that I only draw this just so that it can be a little easier for you to see, right? But I tend to not notice. If I'm doing an analysis for myself, I wouldn't draw this. Right, so in this case, this is still looking like a continuation pattern, and it's still looking like it's making more of a macro move. Okay, so now let's validate, though. Let's validate this to the upside or downside. Ooh, okay. GSTC, I hope you guys are not trapped in this, okay? Because it has made some pretty nice moves, and it looks like... Wait a second. There is maybe another formation that you guys can actually benefit from here. So this actually looks like it's making an iteration of a falling wedge, which after an upside, after an upside, and we start forming this price action. That usually means that an upside continuation is likely. Also, volume profile is definitely meeting the criteria for an upside continuation. It looks like we may face an immediate short-term downside, but that downside is limited to the support line of the falling wedge. Okay, so please notice the volume profile. This is usually what we need to see when we're building a falling wedge. Okay, so this is very typical. Now, what's not typical is the price action. Okay, so this is very sporadic and very random, although it is respecting the range of the wedge itself. So if we can now validate some type of something for this, let's see where it can go, right? We actually do need more momentum. Okay, so in this case, we are already facing rejection from about 139. So that's 1 cent. 0138, 0139. We can actually only assume that we're going to come right back down to 0093, 2 zeros and 93, almost a cent. Okay, we're going to validate that, but now let's just go ahead and take our moving averages and a fib to see what that area is confluent with. Okay, so particular to a short term. Actually, you know what? Let's take it as an overall range. This may be a little too large, but it's okay. Let's see. Please know, you guys, that you can actually use this in several manners. Okay, so if we're talking about the overall range, inverse fibs are usually very sensitive. Okay, so I can actually take the previous day's range into account as well, meaning this candle here. So that's also a possibility. And so the 2 spot 272 is okay, what we're implying here in the fib zone is actually using our current low from yesterday, from the previous trading day on Thursday. So that would be a drop to about likely what I said, about 2094, 2097 would be a pretty good loading zone, but I can give you a range. Okay, so that range would actually be safer looked at as between the 0786 at about 1 cent, 105, to the current range lows. Okay, so that is to about 009, 2095, just to be safe. Okay, you guys, so this is that loading zone. We can actually just wick down very, very fast, flash wick right here, find that little terminal shakeout, and then come right back up to to continue testing the range of our falling wedge. But this falling wedge does have a continuation to the upside implication here. So the bi-daily RSI suggesting upside now. Okay, you know what? This may actually be building a bull trap. Wow. Yes, it is. Very interesting. Okay, so know for a fact that this is going to come back for a short-term trade range. Okay, we're going to come back down here. We're likely going to find a bounce to test our current lows around the 0618 of about 1 cent, 113 to about 120. And then this thing is going to prep to actually either test this one more time for another bounce and then fail when we get to the 70-75% of the apex of the triangle before a continuation to the downside. But this is a really strategic setup if somebody's actually playing this. You know, they're actually already hinting at it too. So I don't see this continuing to the upside. I actually just see this finishing its range trade followed by a failure of the usually bullish pattern. Okay, so this can actually be a bull trap. Please be very careful with GSTC. Okay, you guys. Mark Roach, who's saying good night? Are you saying good night? My dude, no, bro, come on, don't hang on, my dude. Have a good night. Be safe. Be well. We'll always catch on the trade talk tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, you guys, I'm definitely looking at a range tomorrow down here. Potential short-term scalp, day trade back up to the current lows of about 0121, right? And then this thing could maybe start prepping for that bull trap and continue on to the downside. Downside targets very likely to be at that 1 spot 618, 0067, 2 zeros and 67. Okay, so and I can actually imply a range for that area too. But this could be very likely a short-term range, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so to the candle lows right over here. I'm sorry, the opening of this candle and the closing of this candle between 2 zeros and 60 and 2 zeros and 67, we can actually find some type of price movement like this over maybe the next few days. We'll actually come back down, right? We'll make that upside trajectory. I don't know if we're going to do it one more time, right? But let's just imply we do. We'll come back down and test that 1 spot 618 range. Then we're going to bounce, and then we're actually going to see this as now our newly converted support into then resistance. That resistance will touch base and we shall continue to the downside. Okay, so be very careful with your longs with GSTC, as this play is looking more like a bull trap to me, but know that it's very discretionary of me to express it in such a manner. But this is what I'm seeing based on whoever's playing the game the way that they're playing it. Okay, so if there is another type of bearish formation, I'm not currently seeing it, other than the fact that the huge trend reversal formation, the channel, it's showing that it wasn't that strong at this point. Okay, so if this actually does continue to the downside, that means that we're trading this in the 5-day, or we're trading it in a more macro perspective, like the biweekly or even the monthly. And then in the monthly, we can actually see that we can come right back down to test. Oh wow, yeah, to retest our our newly converted resistance into support. Okay, if that's the case, then that's probably what it's signaling that it may do. Okay, so be very careful with this one, guys. If you do have some long positions, I would consider taking some profits already. Okay, you guys. The weekly time frame, yeah, I see it too, Tony. So yeah, be very careful with this one, you guys. This is looking mighty sketchy, and it looks like it's ready to pull off some things that we don't like. All right, so that is it for ticker symbol GSTC. I do have, you know what? I'm going to try to squeeze it in real quick. All right, David? Let me just take a look at MMAT and see what it has. All right, so I do really need to go to my toddler, but let's see if we can squeeze it in for you, my brother. I really appreciate everybody standing by. I appreciate everybody coming back into the chat, even though we lost power, right? You guys, very cool of you. Very, very awesome. So this is me saying I owe it to you for being so considerate of whatever's happening here, you guys. So ticker symbol ZOM that was ended already. GSTC also didn't get the time of entry, but Mark Roach told me 12:04 p.m. ending. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, my bro. David, are you serious, my bro? That is very considerate of you, but you're trapped, bro. That sucks. At least let me just give it a quick look, right? And maybe not do like a whole thread of analysis, but at least give you some type of peace of mind. Interesting thing here is actually that we're on the macro scale building. It looks like it's, bro. It looks like it's building an inverse herp and derp. Is that can it play out? Can it do it? That's essentially the real question here, okay? But the weekly time frame is not what we're going to focus on, because it is a macro time frame, and it's very much suggesting sideways trading. Daily, okay, so 11:47. Thank you, bro. March, thank you Mark, thank you. That was ticker symbol ZOM at 11:47. Very cool, dude. Thank you, bro. That's so nice of you, man. Oh my goodness. All right, jotted, noted, and noted. Okay, so do we have macro upside for this? Man, it's a weak pivot on the 12-hour, but it is suggesting upside. Okay, now another thing that we should notice here. Actually, it could. Let's see. Oh man. This thing actually just printed some huge drives of bullish divergence. What? Why is MMAT prepping for this right now? That's interesting. So yeah, we have some drives of phantom hidden bullish divergence. Very interesting here. Okay, so MMAT looks like it actually may be prepping for a continuation to the upside, as there are several stacked. I mean, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drives of phantom hidden bullish divergence. Interesting. Okay, let's look at the daily real quick. This is cool. Yeah, it looks like it has been, man. Oh my goodness, Cal killing it with the MMAT trades, my dude. Yes, I love to hear it, you guys. Corrective move is likely in play though. And I'm talking about particularly to the upper term timeframes, as the shorter, immediate short terms are suggesting just slight pullbacks. But let's see. A pullback to where is exactly the question here. Oh man. buy hourly is printing a bear flag here, but that may be just corrective. Okay, so actually we can see it just like this. We can adjust our trend line right down to there. You can see we do have so much confluence there with every other level. So if we are printing this, yeah, it is kind of respecting it. Okay, and that downside may actually appear sooner than later, particular to the immediate short-term time frames that we're looking at. So it is corrective though, because we do have the 14-day simple as a form of support right down here, and the simple moving average is above the area of gravitational pull, which is very, very, very good, okay, for particularly for the longs in this situation. But if there is a continuation to the downside, and this is suggesting it, so this gap is pretty significant, okay? So there may be a reaccumulation and then a continuation to the downside, okay? So I don't know if this is actually, hold on, let's see. What did we say about the upside in the macro time frames, okay? Oh man, this is very indecisive. Okay, look at the pivot of the RSI signal, okay? As I move down, I'm going to give you the 5-day now. That's the weekly we're on, okay? Look at the 5-day, it's up. Look at the 3-day, it's down. Look at the bi-daily, it's up. Look at the daily, it's down. Okay, so this is huge indecision. Now the 12-hour up, 8-hour down. Okay, it's literally indecision right now. Okay, so this is usually bearish. I hate the fact that it's printing. I hate the fact that it's printing these bullish divergences, because now it's making me feel that this bear trap, I'm sorry, this is a bull trap here disguised as a continuation to the upside. Okay, so if we are going to face resistance, that resistance may have already been faced in the last trading session, and we're likely to make a move back down to where we started, back to about 98 cents from about 117. Okay, so definitely protect your longs in this area, because this is we have immediate support at 115, which can only mean that we can actually find immediate support and then come right back up to our current highs. But as you can see, we can't surpass this. Okay, and I'm talking about days here. Since December 22nd, we can't pass this upper trend line here, and this is a bear flag. Okay, so this usually signals a continuation to the downside when it's printed at a at the lower end of that at the lower end of the trend. Okay, so, and then that is also why we got that bullish drive of divergence. Okay, so likely because there was a massive move to the upside, and then this is giving people the feeling that we're going to continue to the upside, when in reality, this inverse right angle triangle, which is known as a bear flag, usually presents a downside continuation, typically to where it began. Okay, so David, I would practice extreme caution with this, okay, my bro? If you're, I mean, my goodness, man, I can't even suggest like what to do in this case. The best case scenario, if we do face an immediate upside, is actually to meet the higher end of this wick printed on January 3rd, which is actually in direct confluence with the 50-day simple moving average. So just under that would be that area. Okay, so about 120 to 121 could be the best case scenario before a continuation to the downside. Okay, so man, this is still being pressured to the downside, and it's pretty significant. Okay, so David, I hope I answered the questions correctly for you, my dude. So again, I didn't notice the damn time, but I didn't take too long on this one. So the end time for this was 12 to 12 p.m. Yeah, maybe so, David. I'm really sorry to hear that you're still long on this, my brother. But sometimes ejecting ourselves from those losing positions can allow us to at least survive for the next better situation, right? So in a macro perspective, yeah, I mean, we're going all the way down, literally what we already gained, right? But there is the potential of continuation in a macro, okay? But this is going to take a lot of time. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we're in the process of building a broadening descending wedge, which is great. But if you're already like at a huge loss, I mean, the risk the risk of falling in this ticker, let me just show you exactly what I mean, my bro, because this can continue to the downside heavily. And I'm talking about into the 40 cents, sub 50. Okay. And why? Because of the evil test 3. I talk to you guys all the time about test 3. Okay. Be careful, you guys. Test number 1, test number 2 of the resistance, test number 3, and capitulation starts. Okay, bear flag starting, signaling this is called a continuation pattern again, and continuing to the downside. Okay, so this is likely to find support maybe as early as 80 cents, potentially the secondary area of 63 cents before bouncing from 63. I don't think we can actually reach to 40 just yet, because that would be introducing now a new. Oh, wait, never mind. Look at that. Never mind. 43 cents is dead on what I was talking about. Okay, so it is the very bottom here. So 43 cents is absolutely in play, and that can happen over the span of weeks. Maybe, yeah, I'd say at least a couple weeks, okay? Oh, Mark, dude, thanks, bro. 1204 was when I ended MMAT, so was it? 1212 was when I ended MMAT, actually. So 1204 is when I started it. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you, man. Really considerate of you, man. I'm going to have to order you some Grubhub or something. All right, you guys. So, yeah, be very careful with this, you guys. If you are considering opening up some type of maybe short position, then that would be the time. I don't know if the volatility is there to the downside, which would actually be cool for put options, but as a hedge against your longs. But just know that this is, I'm still seeing a macro downside to this, okay, particular to this broadening descending wedge. It is a bullish formation, but it is on the bearish side of the formation, okay? So we still need to complete that test number 3 capitulation, as I speak about very often, okay? And then as soon as we do finish that capitulation event, then that move to the upside can be grand from the 44 cent area based on just sentiment and the playbook, okay? So probably not even news. Oh, it'd be funny that news comes out around down here. That would be extremely funny, actually. So all right, you guys. So I think that should be it for tonight, you guys. I really appreciate everybody stopping by, man. Thank you so much for the donations, you guys. That's very kind of you. My moderator, Samantha, Hound, Cal, you guys holding it down. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. You guys, if you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Twitter, Discord. The email is located here on the About section of my YouTube channel. Okay, Joe H, you're very welcome, my brother. I'm happy that I was able to cover your ticker or up, right? The UP ticker. That's right, my dude. Tony Rodriguez saying keeping a strong Arca. Thanks. No, thank you, my brother. Thank you so much for sticking around even after I lost power. Very sad times here. Be real, friends. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for everything. Newfie, thank you so much. Newfi or Newfie. I'm sorry that we didn't catch that SDIG. I actually have to get to my toddler. But please make sure to request it tomorrow. I'm going to also DBGI, right? I'm going to go also make a note right here just in case, all right, you guys? But anyway, you guys, Cal, thank you, guys. I say Pop Culture, thank you so much. Besso, Amy, always a pleasure to have you guys here. Be real time. All right, you guys. So with that said, George, Mark, love you guys. Be safe, be well. With that said, I wish you well. A very good night. And I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, Mr. Zer.